battled back to get it to within 6 with a couple minutes left. So didn't close the game out, but our girls have really improved all year. That's kind of been our MO. We graduated a lot of talent last year, and so this, in some ways, I hate to say rebuilding year, but just a lot of new faces.
Well, you know, Jonathan knows everybody like the back of his hand here, and he's already given me the starters tonight. And talk about some of these girls and their performances this week as to, you know, how they've done and who will be calling a lot tonight.
Well, so that's an interesting question because I think I could probably come up with the starters myself, but Coach Vollmer has really done an amazing job the last, 2 to 3 weeks in subbing off the bench. I mean, she's going deep, 8, 9, 10, 11 girls. So Millie Carnahan is kind of our leader, our captain. She's our point guard, good shooter, a great defender, quick hands. And so you'll see a lot out of Millie. We'll probably see a lot of good play out of Kaylin McCoy, who's our 5. She's a sophomore that plays our post. McKinley Baker has been coming off the bench, but she's been starting lately, brings a lot of energy to the game as well. So I think what you'll see tonight, Grant, is just a lot of bodies in and out being subbed and very little letdown no matter what the combination of players is.
Well, we're excited about tonight's ball game. We've got plenty of action coming up as our pregame show continues. We'll take an opening 2-minute timeout and hear from some of the great sponsors that bring you Labette County basketball, and we'll be back right after this. You're listening to Labette County basketball right here on 106.7 KLKC.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating voltage storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Welcome back to Independence. I'm Grant Merrill along with Jack Leake, and in studio is Joel Hurd tonight, punching all the buttons, making us sound good. The king of Memphis jazz from back in the day.
Right?
He used to do a lot of jazz shows over there. So
I'm learning something tonight.
Always a pleasure to have great professionals like Joel back in the studio tonight. Our starting lineups for the Labette County Lady Grizzlies look like this. Amelia Carnahan, who you mentioned just a moment ago, she's, of course, a 5'5" senior point guard, and she'll get the starting nod from Coach Brianna Vollmer tonight. Keely Good is a 5'6" senior forward. Also, Amory Baker in tonight. She was a 5'10" senior forward. Kaylin McCoy is a 6-foot sophomore center. And I believe Peyton Davis is the freshman that's going to get the starting nod tonight, 5'9" guard there, and getting some time as a 9th grader.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she's been starting and playing full minutes since about the 2nd or 3rd game. And she's another hustler, quick, dynamic. She won't look like a freshman out there, and really, really good at jumping passes and getting steals. So I think you'll be impressed with her play this evening.
And for those Grizzly fans, that's a pretty nice thing to have as a ninth grader that looks really good for the future of our basketball program.
100%. That's right.
We've got a lot of other games around the area. I know Parsons is over on B93.5 tonight. They're playing up at Fort Scott, I believe, is my understanding. And so we'll be keeping an ear on that game and trying to bring you the score. And a lot of great action. It's that time of year here in southeast Kansas where we've got a lot of basketball that's going down to the wire before we get set for sub-states later. That get started here before we know it.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the year goes so quick. And Parsons is – I'm glad we're here and not there. Fort Scott, I think the boys right now are in first place in the league. That's a tough place to play. And Fort Scott's girls are also. So good luck. We wish Parsons well up there. That's just a tough place and environment to go get a win.
You talked about Independence and kind of the rivalry that's organically sprouted between Labette County and Independence. And when you take a look at these two ball games, what are going to be the keys to victory for the Lady Grizzlies tonight?
For our Grizzlies, we're going to have to handle the pressure on the press and not give up a ton of points off just silly turnovers and easy lay-ins. And something else that it seems like follows us when we win ball games is we have to rebound the basketball. We can't give Independence 2 or 3 opportunities when we're playing on the defensive end. So I feel like we need to protect the ball and value the possessions and rebound.
We gave you the starting lineups for Labette County. They're, of course, coached by Brianna Ballmer. Heather Wilson and Rianne Taylor are her assistants tonight. Independence is under the direction of Bryson Bird, and she'll be sending her starters to the floor here momentarily, and we'll get those for you as we go along tonight. Thank you to all of you watching online tonight. We've got a lot of folks in our television audience, I guess you could say, and also in our radio audience, and we're just excited to be bringing you this game tonight. It may get a little loud. We do have the band next to us. They're going to be playing here in a few minutes, and I'm sure getting these Independence Lady Bulldog fans pepped up, but we'll do our best.
Absolutely, and I'll give you a real quick deal. Independence Band is one of the best in the state. It's kind of it's a full-on band. We'll get a good experience right here.
Well, it's always good to have those talented kids in there as well. Caitlin Spencer is a senior. She is going to start for Independence and the Lady Bulldogs tonight. Also starting is Claire Haslett, another freshman for Independence, who's getting the starting nod. So we'll probably have 2 freshmen on both of these ball clubs tonight. Also starting, number 33, who I don't know that I have on our roster here. We'll try to get her name here in just a few minutes. Looks like Caitlin Spencer is going to get the starting nod as well tonight. And Sarah Bealey is also starting tonight. Our roster looks a little different than the lineups that they're announcing, so we're going to get all of that here in the next few minutes and try to get you up to date. But we do have our team set in stone here, so we're not going to have any problems with Labette County tonight.
That's right. Most of our listeners, that's probably what they care about the most, so we're setting good.
All right, just about set for basketball action tonight. Again, a good crowd on both sides. Independence has brought their home crowd, and Labette County has traveled well tonight. We've got a lot of students here who have made the trip as well, and that, of course, will make the difference in this ball game tonight.
It sure helps, yeah. The kids can sure hear that, group of students cheering for them, so that means a lot.
We, of course, have senior boys action in the second game of our doubleheader tonight, so that's going to be a lot of fun, a big game tonight between these two teams.
It sure is. Conference game, and like I said, every game's been a hotly contested match. Let's say that. We've played them twice already. Played them in the Burlington tournament and at home, and we've lost both times in good ball games. So, yeah, it'll be a lot to talk about.
Of course, if you're watching online, Independence will be moving from right to left, or left to right. Labette County moving from right to left tonight. Jumping the opening tip will be Emery Baker for Labette County and the Lady Grizzlies, as she will go up against Kaylee Lemus. And now Labette County, or Independence, will control the opening tip. Brooklyn Maddox out of the backcourt, moving left to right, kicks it left wing, back over to Sarah Veely. Veely driving inside, takes it down to the lane, loses the basketball, and it rolls right out of bounds. Nobody there to get it, Jack.
Yeah, we'll take that. That's a good no call. Sometimes, when someone falls like that, the ref kind of just blows that.
Keeley Good moving right to left for Labette County. In the backcourt, some full court pressure being applied by Independence. Carnahan takes it out to the right wing, drives down to the right side of the paint, pushing it into the paint, and now nobody there to get the pass from Caitlin McCoy as she tried to get it over to an open teammate. Nobody there set up to get it, and we got to avoid those times tonight.
Absolutely. Caitlin needs to finish that and shoot that ball. She was just trying to pass, the kind of player she is.
Brooklyn Maddox down to Veely on the right side. She'll take it toward the wing. Now a bounce pass down to the corner. They'll give it off to Spencer. Caitlin Spencer driving in for Independence. Moving it back around to an open teammate, Maddox. Maddox with a right-handed dribble, passes through the air, back over to Veely, top of the key. Veely down near the free throw line, cranks it down to the left side of the paint. Triple team defense there. Now from the right wing, a long three coming. It won't go from Madeline Bashir and Independence, and the whistle blows there.
What a nice defensive stand. I liked our movement that time, and don't know if I mentioned, but Independence is ranked 3rd in the state of Kansas, so.
Keeley Good sending it into Carnahan. Basketball slapped away by a Lady Bulldog defender and slapped out of bounds. I think Independence had that last touch there, so we get to keep it. That's good.
Yeah, this is that press I've been talking about before the game. We have to handle this pressure and get the ball into the front court.
Good into Carnahan. She'll push it up front, giving it off to Amory Baker. Baker down on the near side, tries to throw it across the top of the key and ends up making McKinley Baker chase it into the backcourt. So now Independence will get to take it the other way.
Absolutely, and I have to credit Independence's defense. It kind of had us flustered, and we threw it away that time.
They're going to try to keep us flustered all night long. That's the thing. A drive in from Veely. Her shot for two is on the way and in, and that is the first bucket of the ball game as Independence leads at 2-0. 6:18 left to go in the first quarter, and here comes Labette County. Out of the backcourt, Keeley Good working it back up top, giving it off to the open McKinley Baker. Now a long two on the way and in. We're tied.
Boy, Amory Baker, she's our 4 or 5 player. Hit a nice, is that a 2 or 3? I'm sorry, 2-pointer right on the.
I think it was a 2 there.
Standing right on the paint, so nice shot.
So Amory Baker tying up the ball game, and here come the Lady Bulldogs. Out to the right side, Lemus with the basketball. She'll crank it back over to Sarah Veely. Veely down to the baseline, brings it back up to Lemus. Now to the left wing, they'll put it in the corner. Out around the perimeter comes Caitlin Spencer, a drive inside, a shot that bounces high off the rim. It won't fall, and Labette County gets the rebound. That was nice work there by McKinley Baker to be in the right place at the right time. They'll push it forward over to Carnahan. Carnahan with a quick bounce pass inside. 2-point shots on the way and in, and that is McKinley Baker.
You'll say that a lot. She's very active and very aggressive, so she didn't start for us early in the year, but she sure is a spark plug when she's out there.
5:10 left to go in the first quarter. 4-2 our score. And now a turnover. Almost now, yeah, it is a turnover. It was back and forth there for a second, but Labette County comes up with it, and racing into the front court is Carnahan. She tried to pass it off to the right side. It went off the fingertips of Keeley Good and out of bounds, so Independence gets it back.
Yeah, some of those unforced errors are tough, but hey, they happen. Both sides do them, so just got to go to the next play here.
Got to see where we can eliminate those and just go from there. It's that kind of ball game tonight. Maddox into the front court for Independence, taking it down to the left side of the paint. Double team. She'll crank it to an open teammate. Now to the right wing, a three-pointer on the way, off the iron. No good for Madeline Bashir. A foul called as everybody goes after that basketball, and this will be on Labette County.
Yeah, Indy had good position that time. We would have had to go over the back, so anyway, they got the rebound, and we talked about that too. Labette County's going to have to rebound the ball as quickly as possible.
The foul's on Amelia Carnahan. The first free throw is on its way and in for Brooklyn Maddox. The next free throw would tie the ball game. Here is it's 4-3. Labette County leading it by 1 with 4:38 left to go in the first quarter.
I'm just glad you can see the scoreboards well enough to call that.
I'm having to strain my neck. I don't know if we've got a chiropractor that sponsors the ball games. They may be getting a call from us tonight.
100% right.
Here comes Labette County as that next free throw did tie the ball game. A quick turnover and a steal for Independence. Driving forward is Caitlin Spencer. She fires the two and gets it. The Lady Bulldogs are back to a 2-point lead.
Some of those transition points I talked about earlier, we have to eliminate those. So, again, credit Independence. They create some of this.
And there's that full pressure defense with Sarah Veely slapping it out of bounds.
Yeah.
As she slapped it out of the hands of one of our ladies. And now the Lady Grizzlies will try to get it out of the backcourt once again. Near side, here comes Jackie Soul, who's now in the ball game. She'll work it over to the left wing, giving it back off to Carnahan. Amelia down to the right wing, finds an open teammate in Soul. Now down on the baseline, a pass into the paint, and a turnaround shot's blocked.
How nice is that? Get it into Amory Baker, and she draws a foul. So,
yeah,
good ball movement.
They came down on top of her there, and she's going to the free throw line. So, again, anything we can get is going to be a gift against the number 3 team in Kansas.
That's right.
Free throws up, shots off the rim, and no good for Amory Baker, the 5'10" senior forward. Her next free throw's up and coming. Shots up off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Brooklyn Maddox. She'll work it the other direction for Independence. Here comes Indy to the top of the key. Maddox working it out to the left side of the paint. She'll crank it back outside to Madeline Bashir. Bashir down on the wing, hands off to Maddox. She'll drive into the lane, kicking it off to the right wing. A three-pointer's missing and no good for Veely. Lady Bulldogs trying to get that rebound. They went up for the shot, and now a foul's called on Labette County.
Yeah, looks like McKinley's going to get caught for kind of hacking her on the arm there a little bit. Independence seems to be a little more aggressive rebounding the ball, so hopefully we can kind of even that out.
If you're just joining us here on KLKC tonight, 3:32 left to go in the first quarter. We trail by 2, make that 3 as the free throws up to make it a 7-4 ball game. Caitlin Spencer back at the charity stripe for the Lady Bulldogs.
Grizzlies need to be sure and screen out here. Nothing's worse than having a missed free throw go to the other team, so get them on your hip.
Another free throw's on its way and in. She's perfect from the free throw line there, and Independence takes an 8-4 lead. Moving from right to left, here come the Lady Grizzlies. A pass intercepted. Spencer for the Lady Bulldogs takes it straight to the hoop, misses a shot, so we'll set up and try it again.
Dodged the bullet there. Got to value every possession and be careful with the ball.
Keeley good, back to Carnahan. She passes it down low, or takes it down low to the baseline and misses a shot here. Rebound Independence, back the other way Maddox.
Like the effort by Carnahan. She just got caught too low under the basket that time.
Out to Veely. She'll swing it around the perimeter to Bashir. Bashir's out between the keys, trying to move right side of the paint. Hand off to Veely again. Now to the corner. Long threes off the back iron. No good for Maddox. Labette County and Amory Baker trying their best to get that basketball away, but Independence's offense too strong for that here.
Yeah, seeing some of that state-ranked on display here.
From the right side, shots off the back iron and no good. Rebound Independence, they'll get their own. Bashir inside, firing a 2 is Caitlin Spencer. Her shot's on the way and good.
Yeah, good look inside, good move, and an easy basket for Independence there.
So what was a one-possession ball game is now turned into a 6-point lead for Independence. And here comes Labette County. Carnahan with a pass inside. 2-pointers on the way and good there.
Boy, that's nice to get it inside to Baker and get some of those high-percentage shots. We need that.
2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 10-6 our score. 4-point ball game. It's still really close here in the first quarter. From the right wing, driving inside, it's Veely. She'll work it back outside to Maddox. Maddox over to Caitlin Spencer again. Back over to Maddie Bashir. Down on the left side of the paint. A drive inside and a shot that goes under the goal there, but it went under the goal because we committed a foul here, Jack.
It looks like, yeah, they got inside position again. Someone had a missed assignment, I think. So, but if Labette County can just kind of hang around, you know, Independence expects to beat us, you know, so the pressure should be flipped tonight. If we can just kind of hang with them and slowly kind of apply some pressure later in the game, that'd be perfect.
The foul on Kaylin McCoy. First free throws off the back iron. No good there for Sarah Veely. Minute 38 left to go in the first quarter. 4-point lead for Indy here. We have some substitutions forthcoming here. Haley Maddox is in the ball game for Independence. That Maddox name is pretty familiar to most of these Independence fans. Over to the right, or moving from right to left, here comes Labette County. Baker into the front court. The ball almost lost. They'll recover it and crank it to Carnahan left wing. Her drive inside. A shot's off the glass and no good. Rebound, Emery Baker, and as she goes up, she's fouled.
Seems like we've been saying her name quite a bit. Once she gets the ball inside, she either scores or draws a foul, so maybe Vollmer's trying to work the ball inside.
If Wayne would give us $1 for every time we say Emery Baker, we might retire tonight.
We might, yes. And he might. I guess we can ask.
He might. You never know. We'll break the bank over at Parsons Eye Care. So free throws up and coming for Emery Baker. It's off the iron, no good. Dr. Gilmore was actually over here earlier getting us set up, and it's always good to see him.
Yes, it is.
And as if you're watching the broadcast, as you can tell, I may need to go see him to get my vision checked here before long. So we've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with him and be back in 1 minute. 1:17 left to play. First quarter action. Independence 10 and Labette County 6 here on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea. Make sure you put your pants on before leaving the house. Sure, it seems simple, but sometimes simple doesn't happen. At Idea Tech, we think it's simple to have real people who live in Kansas helping customers. We understand that not everyone in our industry agrees, but then again, not everyone puts on pants before they leave the house. We think it's important to get the simple things right. Putting our pants on and providing local customer service. Another bright idea from Idea Tech.
Back here in Independence, Grant Merrill, Jack Leake along with you as we have a 10-6 ball game. Independence on top by 4. Labette County hanging in here tonight. Into the front court for Independence goes Haley Maddox. She gets her pocket picked back the other direction. McKinley Baker headed for the hoop, but the ball's knocked loose and out of bounds.
It's always a tricky call for a ref on that. I think their legs got tangled up. So the defender, in essence, did foul as it tripped up the ball handler, so the Independence crowd wasn't real happy with it.
Under a minute to play here. Inbound throws coming in for Labette County to Amelia Carnahan. With a right-handed dribble, she'll get a pass inside of the paint, and a two-point shot's off the glass, no good for McKinley Baker. Labette County controlling their own rebound here from the wing. A three-point shot. That won't go for Jackie Scholl, and now Independence will take it the other way. A bullet pass into the front court. A trip to the hoop for Kaylee Lemos, and she misses that shot, so back the other way we go.
I can live with that series. Labette County got 3 attempts down here last time, so if we can do that, we can score some points on it.
Jackie Scholl back over to Amelia Carnahan. Carnahan down to the right wing. Brings it back up top, giving it off to McKinley Baker. Baker double teamed as she cranks it into the paint. Here's a two-pointer missing and no good there for Amory Baker. Back the other direction. A missed shot at the buzzer, and we've come to the end of the first quarter. So we'll take another break and be back right after this. Our score 10-6. Independence leading Labette County. You're listening to Lady Grizzly Basketball on KLKC.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during Couples Court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCRadio.com.
Welcome back to Independence. Grant Merrill, Jack Leake along with you. We've had to get cameraman Jonathan a stick because all these pretty girls are over here trying to sit by him tonight.
That happens every game, Grant.
I'm telling you, Amelia Carnahan with the basketball out of the break. She'll work it back over to Keely Good. He's grinning from ear to ear up there. He knows it's true.
And we got his mic shut off, so what's he going to do about it?
Here we go. Back to action. Madeline Bashir with the inbound pass to Sarah Veely for Independence. They'll work it into the front court. Haley Maddox works it inside. The basketball's turned over. Forcing it away is Jackie Scholl. She'll race out of the backcourt, moving right to left on the radio dial.
Yeah.
Out to the right wing. Trying to move out of the corner. She's facing that impressive Independence defense here. Down in the paint, 2-pointers off the rim. Nothing doing there for Keely Good. Rebound and the stick back won't go either.
Man, I'm really pleased with our effort. McKinley Baker, Amory Baker, Millie, all of them just really going after it here. Not intimidated in the least against this state-ranked Independence Bulldogs team. We faced them at the Burlington tournament. We were down 2 at half. We ended up losing by a large amount, but we got a chance to hang with these guys tonight.
For a defense that's as widely regarded as Independence, it's still 10-6.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a 4-point ball game here. Lady Bulldogs into the front court. Brooklyn Maddox out to the left wing, finds an open lady in Bashir. Her shot for 3 won't fall. They'll get their own rebound. Maddox down in the right corner, closely guarded by our Lady Grizzlies. She'll try to get a pass inside, and out of nowhere, Amelia Carnahan, like white on rice. She was right over there to try to get that basketball. Ended up slapping it out of bounds, so it'll stay with Independence, but she stopped what could have been a shot for him.
Absolutely sure did. Awfully quick.
From the left side, Caitlin Spencer cranking it out to the right wing to Veely. Now around the perimeter, she'll work it off to Bashir. Bashir to Maddox. Back up top. Veely again, now to the right side. 3-point shots over the rim and no good for Bashir. From the free throw line, a 2-pointer for Sarah Veely on the way it in.
Yeah, I saw going to talk. Grizzlies turned it over here.
Trying to get out of the backcourt. They faced that Independence defense and couldn't get past it. Another 2-pointers on the way in for the Lady Dogs.
Yeah, just like that, man. They can go from a 4-point game to an 8-point game. Here's a jump ball, so.
Jackie Scholl had it in her hands, and everybody put a hand on it, so they called that jump ball.
Yeah.
But she was getting manhandled there at the half-court line.
Grizzlies have to be careful against the press. You never want to go to the corner or to the outside. You want to throw it to the middle of the court. So
we'll take a quick timeout. They're going to take one on the floor, so we'll take it with them and be back here in just a moment. 14-6, Independence leading Labette County. We're back in 1 minute on KLKC.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating bolted storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Well, whether you're listening to us on the 1540 app or watching us online or just listening to us on the radio, we're glad you're here tonight here on KLKC. We had some action while we were in the break that they started before we were ready. So
yeah, it was a quick timeout. I thought it was a 60-second. I don't think it was.
First free throws on the way and in for Amory Baker. We're going to have to train these refs better.
I guess so, yeah.
It's okay. We'll get them on our schedule here in a little bit. So next free throws off the back glass, no good. Have to be careful. I don't know if you saw the other night down in Oklahoma, we had a ref throw out the entire home section. Down in Frederick, they threw everybody out.
A high school game?
In a high school game. So I got to watch what I say now. So.
Never heard of that.
I never had either. I'll have to send you the link to it. It's on YouTube. Long threes coming. Shots off the back iron. No good there from Madeline Bashir. And a foul's called as everybody was going after that rebound. 14-7 if you're just joining us. 5:22 left to go in the first half.
Labette County really needs to try to kind of keep this game somewhat intact here. Be a good offensive possession here is big, and we're going to throw it away.
A turnover, more of Independence being in the right place at the right time as Sarah Veely comes up with the basketball. She'll work it over to Madeline Bashir through the air. She cranks it over to Maddox near side. To Lemus now. Now to the left wing. They'll give it off to Maddox again. A pass inside to the left side of the paint. 2 pointers off the rim. No good for Sarah Veely. Back the other direction. Here comes Labette County. Racing into the front court. Amory Baker couldn't quite get her feet to make the stop there, and she drags it out of bounds.
Yeah, got to chalk that up to hustle. They're trying to push the ball up the floor, and sometimes, you know, your passes get a little bit errant that way, so you kind of live and die with a fast break.
The good news is she's really fast, so we'll use that at some point tonight.
That's right.
Here's a steal, or the basketball going back and forth between both of these teams here. Independence into the front court. Brooklyn Maddox down on the baseline, cranks it back over to Caitlin Spencer. Now up top, a drive inside from Veely. 2 pointers on the way in. She fed it off to Spencer, and she got that shot right there. So it's 16-7, a 9-point lead for Independence.
Yeah, that was a nice play there by Independence.
Baker down in the paint, fires a 2, gets fouled on her way up, so she'll go to the free throw line here.
Another one of those dollars. Amory Baker drove down, drew the foul. So
I'm feeling a little underdressed here, Jack. We got some kids coming in suits.
I'm telling you, tux-looking stuff and slicked-up young man right here in front of us.
Telling you, we may have to up our dress next time we come over to Independence. First free throw's on the way and good for Amory Baker. That makes it 16-8. That was a third foul on Brooklyn Maddox for Independence. Next free throw's on its way, off the rim and no good. Rebound. Lady Bulldogs, Lemus taking it the other way. She'll move it back up to Sarah Veely. Veely out around the perimeter, gives it off to Haley Maddox once again, driving down to the left side of the paint. A 2-pointer off the glass and no good. Now the basketball loose. Labette County forcing to the sideline. Madeline Bashir, she had 2 girls on her there. We pushed it across the sideline, so it'll stay with Independence.
Yeah, evidently we got too close and got a foul.
Oh, we got a foul out of it there, so they're going to call that one on Ann Dickens, who's in the ball game.
Yeah, okay, Aaron, yes. Couldn't tell who he called that on.
Oh, that's Aaron. I may need to go see Dr. Gilmore because the type is very small, and I need better glasses for this. So.
That is, that one you've got tiny print.
Oh, yeah. From the right wing, a pass inside. They'll give it off to Maddox. Now the basketball going the other way. What's the call here, Jack?
Well, I missed it too. I was looking down, but I know this much. The outcome is it's Labette County's ball, so we'll just go with that.
Oh, we'll take it, won't we? Carnahan into the front court. Giving it back off to Kylie Roberts. Kylie gets her pocket picked, and now Independence will take it the other way. A drive into the front court from Sarah Veely is met with a foul here, so another one on our Lady Grizzlies, and looks like Independence is going to the free throw line.
Going to see how many that is on Millie. I can't quite tell. Maybe 2. Okay,
yeah.
I can see this one here, I guess.
So she's still in good shape for now. We want to watch that. We've got 3:18 left to go in the first half. Independence leading at 16-8. They first lined up at the free throw line, but then they decided to pass it back in. So we've got it here. And the jump ball's called as the basketball's knocked loose and everybody goes after it.
You know, again, it's just tough. Indy's awfully good, and if you ever get the ball to the edge or the corner or the sideline, you're going to get suffocated. Have to try to keep it to the middle of the court if possible.
Out of the backcourt, Aaron Dickens for Labette County takes it down the far sideline, passing it back up to the top of the key. Dickens checked it to Roberts and got it back. She'll move toward the right wing. Now down to the baseline. The basketball knocked out of her hands and out of bounds. They say Independence can have it here.
Evidently that went off her toe or something. So Dickens is another real hard worker, aggressive player, really kind of gins things up for us.
Veely back over to Bashir. Back to Veely. Down in the lane, the basketball's turned over. We come up with it, and here come our Lady Grizzlies. Jackie Scholl out of the backcourt, working it to the right corner. Forced on that sideline, out of bounds, and Independence has it here.
Yeah, those corners are just kind of a dangerous place to be. It's just difficult. It's easy to kind of get trapped up, and a couple people can really make life miserable for you.
2:33 left to go in the first half. If you're just joining us, 16-8. Independence leading. A low-scoring affair here so far. Bashir into the front court, tries to pass to another teammate, and it's knocked out of play by our Lady Grizzlies, so it'll stay with Independence here. And she'll send back into Veely. Sarah Veely back to the left side to Bashir, and now a bounce pass to the corner. Driving inside, 2-pointers over the rim and no good for Caitlin Spencer, and she's fouled on her way up there, Jack.
Yeah, looks like she took it to us, went up strong and drew the foul. So, Grizzlies, 16-8, down 8. If we can just get a good defensive stand and a bucket or so, we can be right back within 4 here.
First free throw is on the way and in. We haven't got any texts from Waco, Texas asking for bail money, so the preachers are apparently behaving themselves at the conference down there.
Evidently so, yeah. I haven't heard a whole lot from them, so I guess no news is good news, maybe.
So Jack the Third is on good terms tonight, apparently. So
sounds like. He better be.
Next free throw is up and coming. It's an honor to fill in for it, that's for sure.
Well, appreciate that. We appreciate you helping us out.
Glad to be here. Spencer's next free throw makes it an 18-8 ball game. Back the other direction. Here comes Labette County into the front court. Tegan Shaw's in the ball game now. A 2-pointer's off the rim and no good for her. Rebound. Ginger Weathers. Now the ball's knocked loose and stolen away by Madeline Bashir.
Starting to see Coach Vollmer kind of rotate, get some new faces, some new names out there. So trying to find a combination to get some chemistry going.
Basketball's almost knocked loose by the Lady Bulldogs. Lemus comes up with it, takes it toward the hoop, and it's stripped away, knocked out of bounds. Inbound throws given inside to Haley Maddox. Now to the right side, Lemus. She'll work it back over to Madeline Bashir. On the shot clock, 5 seconds left. 2-pointer is off the rim, no good for Kaylee Lemus. Now the basketball will go the way of Labette County.
Can't believe I'm just noticing this. I don't see Peyton Davis. How in the world, our starting point guard, freshman, haven't seen her tonight.
Kylie Roberts into the front court, trying to push a pass to an open teammate, Baker. Basketball knocked away, stolen by Independence, and they get to keep it here after the whistle blows as it was knocked out of bounds by one of our scrappy Lady Grizzlies on defense.
Absolutely, yeah. I just so caught up in what the goings on. Peyton may be sick. So
it's going around. If you hear me moving the microphone, I'm probably coughing. It's been that kind of week. Labette County coming up with the basketball. Baker into the front court. Now she gets her pocket pick. Veely takes it straight to the hoop for Independence as she goes up and makes her shot. Bodies fly everywhere under the basketball goal, and Veely's fouled.
Yeah, Ginger came in pretty hot there, and after the layup collided. Sure enough, that was the right call. So
Sarah Veely's going to the free throw line with 50 seconds left to go in the first half.
Independence getting a little mojo going here. The Grizzlies need something good to happen on a possession or two.
She completed the three-point play with that and one. And back the other direction, Carnahan for Labette County takes it into the front court, and she draws a foul.
Well, I guess it's their turn. Maybe we can kind of get at least the clock to stop, maybe get set up here and do something good here in the next 40 seconds would be good.
Keelan Good puts it back inside to the open Tegan Shaw. Shaw takes it left wing. Moving it back over to Carnahan. Amelia trying to get it off to an open teammate. Sees Independence slap it away. They say it went out of bounds off of the Lady Bulldogs, so we keep it here. At first he pointed the other way, and I was like, no, I don't think so.
I didn't think so either. I think he just was blocked, and this other official made the call. So, I think it's Labette County's ball. See, it looked like to me.
They've done a great job tonight so far. These officials are good.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, the game's moving along. They haven't called too much. Yeah, I agree with you.
You couldn't pay me $1 million to be an official in this day and age. They do a great job under a lot of pressure from parents and everything else. So.
They sure do.
Pass inside and 2 pointers on the way and in for Amelia Baker. 21-10 our score, an 11-point lead for Independence, number 3 team in Kansas. Into the front court, Veely for the Lady Bulldogs. 16 seconds left. Clock still rolling. Veely holding on to that basketball, trying to keep it out of our Lady Grizzlies' hands. Down in the paint, she'll find an open teammate. 2 pointers on the way and in for Kayla Lemos. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. At half court, the ball slapped away by an Independence defender, and this first half has come to an end. Our score, Independence 23, Labette County 10. We will take a break and be back right after this 2-minute timeout on KLKC.
At Labette Center, we have worked hard to make it easier than ever to start on your journey to wellness. The center provides a full range of mental health and substance use services to individuals of all ages. With expanded services and same-day access, you can begin your journey when you are ready. Visit our website at lcmhs.com to find out more about our services and begin your journey to wellness today. Labette Center for Mental Health. Help for today. Hope for tomorrow.
Back here in Independence, 23-10, our halftime score. Grant Merrill, Jack Leake along with you. I would have to say that the musician and philosopher Tommy Two-Tone would be proud of the Independence band for their rousing performance of 867-5309 during the break. We've got a good crowd on hand for both of these teams and bands here. It's a great atmosphere for Independence and Labette County tonight. And give me your thoughts on the first half, Jack.
Yeah, I like the effort from our girls, Labette County. And, we talked about all the things we thought we needed to do right to win the ball game. And I felt like we did a really good job with most all that. And at times it appeared we threw the ball away. But I have to remember Independence is playing defense. I mean, I need to credit them for a lot of the things that look like we threw the ball away, but their pressure created some of that. So, hey, they have a nice ball club. Our girls are working hard, getting the ball inside. We've got a couple of starters out that I did not realize at the beginning. So it's going to take a pretty flawless game to knock off Independence. So we'll see if we can come out and play a second half tonight like we did last night when we were down 21 in the first half.
Obviously, we've called Amelia Baker's name a lot tonight. McKinley Baker, or I would assume that's her sister. Or maybe
Actually
unrelated? No. I don't know. I need to spend some more time in Altamont before I start drawing family trees together. But
One
you know,
would think, though.
But you got a lot of good kids on this team, and those two are standouts for sure. And you can see that Labette County's got they're pretty much outside of right now. This is the largest margin of a lead for Independence, and Labette County's hung in there with them most of the game. It's a little closer than it looks like on the scoreboard.
I agree with that. That's well said. It's funny how a game can feel fairly tight, and then just bam, bam, a couple of steals, a layup, a steal, a layup, and all of a sudden the lead's stretched. So, yeah, it doesn't take long. Fortunately, it doesn't take long to close that lead if you're patient. So, maybe we can come out and play one possession at a time and chip our way back into this thing.
Well, I know that we've got a lot of great sponsors that have made this game possible tonight here on KLKC, and I'll go ahead and tell you that we appreciate our friends at Labette Health, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, we know one of the guys over there, Wood Insurance Center, Labette Community College, Tank Connection, SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Moser and Meister, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, the Unified School District number 506, Elmhaven Nursing Home, Woodridge Estates, Carson Wall Funeral Homes, Commercial Bank, the Corner Store, the Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, and Idea Tech, all great sponsors of tonight's ball game here on KLKC, Jack, and we couldn't do it without them for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's a great bunch of people, and year in, year out for our relatively small community, and we have a nice big district, but it's kind of a rural district that draws from a large area. A lot of great people that support our kids. So, yeah, 100% appreciate all of them.
We'll take another break. We'll make this a 3-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll preview the second half with you. Again, Labette County trailing in this one, Independence leading at 23-10. Take a break and be back right after this on KLKC.
With many years of combined experience, Eye Care Associates of Parsons has set the framework in providing comprehensive eye health examinations for all ages and routine vision care for families throughout the 4-state area. Our optometrists and staff provide remarkable care with state-of-the-art technology to help with diagnosis and management of eye health conditions. Give us a call or visit our website to schedule your next eye exam. Eye Care Associates of Parsons. Experience modern eye care.
Back here at Independence, I left 2 sponsors off of our master list back there, and we appreciate Brown's Mechanical and Plumbing and also Day and Zimmerman for their great sponsorship of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball, and we appreciate you. I'm Grant Merrill, along with Jack Lee. During the break, you might have seen, if you were watching online, that this beautiful younger lady came up and started talking to us, and then I realized she was married to you.
That's right.
It was good to meet your missus.
Yeah, she's awful sweet, and she'll be, if she knows you said that about her, that'll make her blush, but that's nice of you to say. So, yep, she came over with my mom and one of our Spanish teachers, so they're down there cheering on the Grizzlies.
Well, I know that just like your wife and your mother-in-law, obviously, there's a lot of great fans who have made the trip over from Labette County tonight and have come over to Independence, and we've got a really, really good crowd on hand.
We really do. You know, small communities live for their high school ball clubs, so.
Absolutely. Out of the break, Brooklyn Maddox with the basketball to get things started here. She'll give it off to Sarah Veely. Back over to the right wing. Maddox has it again. She drives the baseline, fires a 2. It's missing and no good. Labette County now moving from left to right this time around as we go into this second half. Our score 23-10 if you're just joining us. Sorry, Jack.
No, sorry about that. Yeah, we got to stop on that first possession, so we won that one. Let's see if we can't get a score here.
From the left wing, Emery Baker giving it inside to an open teammate. 2-point shots on the way it in for Kayla McCoy.
Okay, now we just rinse and repeat. Set up that defense, stay disciplined, stay home, and help out and rebound.
23-12 our score. Sarah Veely off the right wing for Independence. Gives it off to Madeline Bashir. She'll crank it left side over to Brooklyn Maddox. Maddox across the top of the key, finding Veely once again. A drive in the paint. 2-point shot falls short, won't go. After the basketball, there are the Lady Grizzlies, and coming up with it, Amelia Carnahan. You said she goes by Millie?
Yeah, she goes by Millie, yep.
I'll remember that.
Yeah, I expect you to know all their nicknames and all sorts of stuff like that, actually.
Hey, we'll have it by the end of the game. So the clock will hit 0, and I'll actually know everybody, and then I won't do another game. So you know how that goes.
I do.
Back the other direction, Brooklyn Maddox. She'll take it out of the backcourt for Independence, moving right to left. While we were fooling around over here, it's a missed shot there for Labette County, so it's 23-12. From the top of the key for Independence, Sarah Veely takes it around the perimeter. She'll work it left side over to Caitlin Spencer. Spencer back up top, finding Brooklyn Maddox. Now moving it off to the right, Veely once again. She drives along the baseline, down in the paint. 2-point shot, missing and no good for Kaylee Lemos.
Looks like Coach Vollmer made an adjustment at halftime. The Grizzlies are in a kind of a zone defense, and so far it's got Independence a little off balance.
Keeley Good gives it back over to an open Amelia Baker. Baker back up top, finding McKinley Baker, who is not related, I just found out during the halftime. Down low, Kayla McCoy trying to fire a 2, draws a foul as she was on her way to the hoop.
Like seeing that out of Kaylin. So often she'll catch a pass and just kick it out. Like her looking for the shot and kind of getting downhill, creating a foul there.
How good does it feel to have a 6-foot sophomore for the next 2 years of Labette County basketball?
Yeah, really well, and it felt really good last year as a 6-foot freshman who was out there playing a lot of minutes too. So, yeah, good point.
She gets her first free throw, 23-13 our score. Our Lady Grizzlies trailing by 10. Caitlin's got another free throw up and coming. This shot's up. It's on the way in as well. 23-14 our score. Labette County narrowing this deficit to 9 points.
Just stringing together one possession at a time.
Bashir down to the baseline, finds an open teammate. Kaylee Lemos makes the basket, draws a foul on her way up, so she's going to the free throw line for 1.
Yeah, good feed inside, good strong finish there by Lemos, so have to credit that. So take a step back on that possession, but let's screen out here and go score.
Lemos' next free throw is up on the way. Good. She got it.
Now she's a nice little athlete. She's made several of those tonight, so impressive.
Well, you look at Independence's roster here, you see a lot of 9s in that class column, and they're just going to relock and reload.
Looks like.
Into the front court, here come the Lady Grizzlies. Keeley Good back around the perimeter. Tries to get it to a teammate. The basketball's knocked out of play by an Independence defender. So Good will keep it here. Inbound pass to Emery Baker. She'll give it back over to Good. And now a steal. Good got her pocket picked, and here comes Brooklyn Maddox into the front court. She'll put an underhanded shot up and in.
Yeah, it's a good steal there and a pretty nice layup. So those things happen against good defenses. We just have to limit that.
28-14. We can't let them run away with it here. This is the largest deficit we've seen so far. And now the basketball's tipped out of bounds. Last touch Independence. So
yeah, isn't that funny? Just a minute ago we were down 9. I mean, it can quickly flip like that. So
Millie Carnahan will send it back into play. Amelia Baker fires a 2. Her shot hangs on the rim and won't go through. Amelia tried to hug that basketball and try to keep that away from everybody, but ended up getting
and it's kind of hard to tell on there. Baker's Amory Baker.
Amory, okay.
And then Millie Carnahan. It's hard to see. That is tiny font print.
Yes, we're reading like mice today.
Yes.
So here's a 2-pointer on the way and in. Sorry to the Bakers. We'll get Amory's name right from now on.
I know, yeah.
Into the front court. Here comes Sarah Veely. Veely down to the right side to Madeline Bashir. I'm going to get back to Labette County and find them with torches tonight if I get any more of those names wrong.
Oh, I doubt that.
Up at the top of the key, long 3 is on its way. Off the iron, no good for Brooklyn Maddox. Back the other way, here comes Labette County. Kaylin McCoy gives it back off to Amelia Carnahan. Amelia back over to Jackie Scholl. Now to McKinley Baker. Down on the right side of the paint. Amory Baker once again. She's got it as she flips it off to the right wing. Long 3 won't fall for McKinley Baker. And now Independence will take it the other direction. Veely into the front court, goes to the hoop, draws a foul as she misses the shot, so she'll go to the line for 2 here.
Yeah, we didn't quite hustle back well enough and cut the ball off. We ended up having to reach and created a foul, give her an opportunity to make a free throw or 2 here.
I tell you what, I look at these walls over here in Independence, and I know they're a rival, but what respect you have to have for all these different regional and state appearances that they've had.
Yeah.
A lot of championships, too.
They sure have. They have a rich history and a good tradition over here at Independence in several different sports. So that's right.
And that's good for Southeast Kansas as a whole because, we've got a lot of great programs down here.
Yep, we sure do. Looks like we got a foul here maybe on Indy.
Yeah, they're going to put this on the Lady Bulldogs, and this will leave our Lady Grizzlies to send it back into play here. Jackie Scholl will have the inbound throw. 3:41 left to go in the third quarter. If you're just joining us, our score 29-16, a 13-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Out of the backcourt, here comes Labette County, a foul called, and this one's going against Haley Maddox. Oh, no, it's an offensive foul.
Yeah,
My goodness.
Called a charge there on Jackie, I believe.
I think it's on McKinley Baker.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see what she did.
Maybe a bad screen or something?
Maybe.
Me either.
We're limited to watching like 4 people at a time. So.
Evidently, yeah.
Over down to the corner. Haley Maddox has it for Independence. She'll get a bounce pass over to an open teammate. That ball knocked loose. Everybody's after it. Our Lady Grizzlies had a good shot of getting it, but they put the thumbs in the air and called the jump ball as Kaylin McCoy went to the ground. But now we've got a timeout as they're going to talk things over. So our score 29-16. Independence with the lead. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back right after this on KLKC.
Reaching your goals is closer than you think at Labette Community College. With 25 programs of study, 6 certificate options, and a campus that cares, your journey at LCC is sure to lead to success. Become a Cardinal. Visit labette.edu to learn more today.
Out of the break, Independence with the basketball as Sarah Beeley takes it right to left on your screen for the Lady Bulldogs. Thank you for being with us tonight. My name is Grant Merrill. Zach Leake, of course, here with us as well. And here come the Lady Bulldogs trying to get it to the hoop. 2-point shot, hangs on the rim and falls through there for Caitlin Spencer. And that will leave Labette County to take it the other way.
Yeah, Independence continues to get the ball fed inside and get some real high percentage little bunny shots down low.
2 minutes, 27 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 31-16 our score. Lady Grizzlies in the front court. Millie Carnahan out around the perimeter, trying to find an open teammate. She does. Amory Baker fires a two and gets that bucket.
Amory's playing such a good game, getting it inside to her, and she's such a good on that left-hand move there, so well done.
31-18 our score. Back the other direction. Here come the Lady Bulldogs. Into the front court, Haley Maddox swings it around the perimeter, back to Mia Cope. And now the basketball turned over, Labette County with it. Scholl into the front court. She heads for the right wing and hands it off to Kylie Roberts. Roberts finds the lady inside. Amory Baker missing a shot there. The basketball's loose and a foul's called as Sarah Veely, if you're listening on the radio, you didn't get to see it online, but she had it in her arms and she was swinging left to right trying to keep it away from her defenders there.
Yeah, Millie Carnahan was trying to be aggressive, hoping to get a hold of it and get a jump ball. Yeah, and just caught her on the arm.
So Millie Carnahan gets her third foul there. They leave Independence to send it back into play. Beeley's in the front court. She turns it over. A nice move there by Labette County's McKinley Baker. She tried to bring it into the front court, but got it stolen away again, and now we have a timeout. So we're going to keep it right here, and I'm going to get the list of sponsors out and remind you that we've got a lot of great people who have brought you this ball game tonight. We couldn't do it without them. Brown's Mechanical and Plumbing, also Day and Zimmerman, two of our sponsors here. Labette Health, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Bank, iCare Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray. Wood Insurance Center, Labette Community College. I know my friend Mick Wilson is a former head basketball coach there at Labette, and he's always proud of the program that they have. They're great basketball.
Yes, yeah, they are.
The Tank Connection, SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Moser and Meister. Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency. The Unified School District 506. Elmhaven Nursing Home, Woodridge Estates. Carson Wall Funeral Homes. Commercial Bank, the Corner Store, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, and Idea Tech. If KLKC sells any more sponsors, we're not going to have time during the timeout to list them all. That's a good it's a good problem to have.
That is a good problem to have, yeah. Yeah, great bunch of businesses and people, that's for sure.
And we're so thankful for all of them. Into the front court for Independence is going to be Madeline Bashir. She'll take it around the perimeter, trying to find an open teammate. It's almost slapped away. Millie Carnahan was applying some pretty decent pressure there. Veely kicks it near side over to Bashir once again. Now a pass in the paint. 2 pointers on the way in for Kaylee Lemus.
Yeah, how nice was that? Little jump shot there from about 6 foot. That's a tough shot, too.
She made it look easy. So got to give credit where credit's due. And as McKinley Baker comes through the front court, she's that Independence defense worked.
Yeah, drew a charge there, so I was kind of hoping for a block, but the ref saw something a little different that time, so Independence has things kind of rolling, so Labette County needs to do something here to kind of flip the momentum a little.
There was no flopping, we can tell you that. 2-point shots on the way and in for Caitlin Spencer.
That's how you handle the press. Pass, shot.
35-18 our score. What was a close game in the first half has turned into a big advantage for Independence tonight. Into the front court, a travel called as Kylie Roberts was trying to pass over to a teammate, and once again they were applying that pressure and got her into 2 steps.
Yeah, and once the train gets rolling right now, Indy's loose, relaxed, playing well. Labette County's kind of tightening up a little bit, so you got to fight through that.
Veely with a right-handed dribble takes the top of the key as she's closely guarded. Now working toward the right wing. She'll dribble out of bounds, and Labette County can have it here.
Yeah, good footwork there by Millie Carnahan. Just kind of stayed parallel with her and forced her out of bounds.
Millie had her on that sideline. She had the pressure high there.
She did.
Inbound throw to, oh my goodness, Millie Carnahan, as she's racing into the front court. She's tripped up. And as the basketball goes out of bounds, Independence will take it the other way. But the good news is they have 4 seconds to do something with it.
Okay, well, they'll see here. Hopefully we kind of apply a little pressure on the ball to kind of make him dribble here without fouling.
Bashir to Veely. Veely tried an underhanded shot. It went nowhere, and we've come to the end of the third quarter. Our score, Independence 35, Labette County 18. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back after this. You're listening to Lady Grizzly Basketball on KLKC. Back here in Independence, Grant Merrill and Jack Leake along with you. Senior girls action as Independence leads at 35-18. Very close game in the first half, and Independence has kind of run away with it in the third quarter.
Yeah, they sure have. You just have to credit their good play. Labette County, though, this is now or never. If they want to try to fight here, it's going to have to just really be downhill play.
Kaylin McCoy into the front court, works it down to Amory Baker. Baker's shot partially blocked, and it falls short. Coming up with the basketball, Kylie Roberts. I think she was pushed, no, she was fouled. They're going to call this one on Madeline Bashir.
Yeah, I think so. I kind of like that possession. I like it if Baker gets it inside and you got 2 people shoot. Go into them and shoot. Try to draw a foul.
Inbound throws coming. Lady Grizzlies send it up top to McCoy. She puts it into an open teammate. The basketball goes up and over the back of the glass, and they'll call it out of bounds, and Independence takes it from here.
Yeah, still good with that. Amory makes that most of the time, or she's been fouled many times down there, so not a bad possession, just didn't score.
35-18 our score. Independence, of course, the number 3 team in Kansas. Do they still call that place the Tony's Pizza Center in Salina? Is that where they're going to play?
Yeah, it was there last year. It sure is.
When my wife was the coach at Andale, she made a couple of appearances in that building, and that was a big, big deal.
Yes, I'll be darned.
Madeline Bashir with the basketball. She'll work it through the air over to Morgan Clinton, who's now in the ball game for the first time tonight. A pass toward the paint, and a foul called.
I think it was on Baker. I don't know where she's at.
They say she pushed somebody, and Madeline Bashir will have the inbound throw.
Guess that's only 2 on her. For some reason, I thought Amory might have 3.
Inbound throw given inside to Kaylee Lemos. You know, the good thing about them playing those finals in Salina, there are more hole-in-the-wall burger places in Salina, Kansas than just about anywhere I know of.
You do know Salina.
They had one that had really good ice cream, and I'm trying to remember what it was called. I'll remember once we get off the air, I promise you. The end of the front court, Amelia Carnahan. She's got it top of the key, working it over to an open teammate. Kayla McCoy fires a 2. That one's off the glass and no good. One of the Independence defenders slapped it way out up top, but it stays with Keeley Good.
Speaking of volleyball, that's kind of what that looked like.
It brought back some PTSD from this last volleyball season for me, for sure. So 6:26 left to go in the ballgame. We've got a timeout on the floor, and we'll take it with them. Stay with us. More coming up as you're listening to Labette Lady Grizzly Basketball on KLKC. Back in a minute.
Reaching your goals is closer than you think at Labette Community College. With 25 programs of study, 6 certificate options, and a campus that cares, your journey at LCC is sure to lead to success. Become a Cardinal. Visit labette.edu to learn more today.
Well, and here on AM 1540 and FM 106.7, we've got a 35-20 lead as Independence has a 15-point advantage over Labette County tonight. Lady Grizzlies with a bucket, though, that's up and in. Independence took it the other direction. They missed their shot, and here comes Keely Good with the basketball.
Yeah, the Grizzlies, these last few possessions sure are playing, with some intensity, and that's what it's going to take.
Amelia Carnahan tried to pass down to McCoy, and it went off of her fingertips and out of bounds, but I think it went off the limb of a Independence Lady Bulldog, so we get to keep it here.
Must have, yeah. We'll take it.
Not arguing with that, so Amelia Carnahan will have the inbound throw. She lobs it inside. Now going through the paint was McKinley Baker. She bounced it off of her toe and out of bounds.
Yeah, such a good look. She had kind of a seam there and took it, and just went off her foot out of bounds, so got to defend.
I got to tell you, Jack Leake is my hero tonight. He brought the cough drops, so we're sounding a little better.
I have him every game because of a tickle in my throat it seems like I get.
Maddox back over to Lemus for the Lady Bulldogs. A 2-point shot for Independence won't go. Sarah Veely fired that one, and now Labette County can take it the other direction. Here comes Scholl into the front court.
Yeah, I got another chance here to just chip away another basket maybe.
She works it over to Keely Good. Now a shot's under the goal and out of bounds. It'll stay with Labette County here. Two-point shots over the rim and no good. We should be starting to hear where sub-states are coming here in the next few weeks, won't we, Jack?
I think so, yeah. Because I don't know of yet, so, yeah, hopefully that information is coming soon.
Well, we'll hope the best for all of our area teams. Up top for Labette County is Keely Good. She'll work it into the paint, and she's fighting with two girls over it. I say fighting. They were just trying to get the basketball away from each other, and now the jump ball's called.
Yeah, the ref was just kind of waiting on, the girl thought he was going to call the jump, and he looked at him and said, well, right now you're just laying on her kind of thing. And anyway.
I say fighting, down in Oklahoma, that could include a wrestling move in any basketball game on any given night. So I had to clarify that.
A lot goes on down in Oklahoma. They kick out an entire section of the fan base. I want to Google that tonight.
I will send you the YouTube link.
Yeah, please do.
My friend Chad Fox, that owns some radio stations down in southwest Oklahoma, was calling the game, and they were showing his videos on CNN and the statewide television network. And so anyway, that we'll send you the link here after a while. We've got a timeout on the floor, 35-20. While we've been talking, we've got 4:44 left to play. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea: streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTek has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTek has brought high-speed fiber to 75 communities and counting. Don't put up with outdated internet. Stream without buffering. Another bright idea from IdeaTek.
Back here in Independence, 35-20 our score. Grant Merrill, Jack Leake along with you here on KLKC, AM 1540 and FM 106.7. And online, we got a lot of people watching tonight. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Jonathan Dusher does a nice job with that. And got the A-team tonight, don't we?
Well, I mean, yeah, two out of three at least. So we'll let y'all guess who's B. I think it's me.
Yeah, don't comment.
Into the front court, here comes Independence. Sarah Bealey with the basketball. She'll work it back over to Brooklyn Maddox. I'm going to be on the B team until I can read this tiny writing on the Labette County roster.
That's your exam.
Down on the baseline for Independence, Kaylee Lemos has it. She'll take it toward the paint. Double team. She gets it over to an open teammate. Easy shot there for Brooklyn Maddox. They've got a sign on the wall here that says, "Have no fear, number 5 is here," and now we know why.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. Those are never easy. I'd rather shoot a three-pointer than one that's just about 10, 11 foot. It's an awkward distance.
Lady Grizzlies into the front court. Jackie Scholl has the basketball, and she'll work it over to Millie Carnahan. Millie's got it at the top of the key, trying to decide where to go here. She pushes a pass near the paint. It's almost slapped away by a defender, but wow, Emery Baker comes up with it. Fires a shot that was missing. It's still a nice move either way.
Yeah, it was a nice shot, and Amory hit a nice deep shot early in the game, so I like seeing her shoot out there. It's good.
Brooklyn Maddox over to Kaylee Lemos. She'll work it back to Maddox. Now to the right wing. Bashir, her shot for 3. Draws iron and won't fall. A rebound and a stick back won't go either for Kaylee Lemos, and our Lady Grizzlies can take it the other direction, but now we got a charge called at midcourt. Brooklyn Maddox planted herself right there in front of Jackie Scholl as she was coming across midcourt, and unfortunately they said Scholl was the guilty party there.
Yeah, one thing that might have hurt Jackie a little bit, she kind of lowered her shoulder and forearm, kind of, I don't know, the look, the visual for the ref just screamed offensive foul there, even if the defender was shuffling her feet. So it might have been a good time for Scholl to back off and pass it out or go the other way.
If we're being honest here, my first thought was she hit her like a Mack truck.
Yeah,
so
it was a pretty good collision.
It was a hard one there. Down to the left wing, Caitlin Spencer with the basketball. She tries to scoop it over to Lemus, and the basketball's loose. He's shuffling his feet. The ref is like there might be some moisture on the floor. I think they think it's okay here. 3:05 left to go in this ball game. Independence out to a 17-point lead. It wasn't always like that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been these Lady Grizzlies have put up a valiant effort tonight. Into the front court, the ball goes loose. Got to give some credit here to Millie Carnahan. She was fighting for that basketball, trying to pull it away there, but the jump ball was called, and they give it to Independence.
That's how they've rolled all year, really, Grant. There's so many opportunities when you're down 15 or 20 to kind of not quit, but kind of just lose your edge, but we always play tough.
Bashir from the left side kicks it out to Haley Maddox. Now to Brooklyn Maddox right side. Back to Bashir. Down in the corner to Caitlin Spencer. We're just kind of playing keep away with the basketball. Now it goes loose. Everybody's trying to pick it up.
Once again on the floor, Millie Carnahan.
Millie looked like she had a good shot of pulling that basketball away, and either way, Labette County gets it.
That's right.
Inbound throw comes to Millie Carnahan. She'll take it out of the backcourt, closely guarded. Working it up front to an open teammate. Driving is McKinley Baker. She hands it off to Ginger Weathers. And now we've got a timeout on the floor. 2:16 left to play in this one. 37-20 our score. Labette County trailing Independence here in Independence. We'll take a break and be back in 1 minute. This is Lady Grizzly basketball on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea. Make sure you put your pants on before leaving the house. Sure, it seems simple, but sometimes simple doesn't happen. At Idea Tech, we think it's simple to have real people who live in Kansas helping customers. We understand that not everyone in our industry agrees, but then again, not everyone puts on pants before they leave the house. We think it's important to get the simple things right. Putting our pants on and providing local customer service. Another bright idea from Idea Tech.
Out of the break, Millie Carnahan in under pressure, fires a 2 and it's up and in, 37-22 our score. Lady Bulldogs with it out of the break. Madeline Bashir into the front court, giving it down on the baseline to Caitlin Spencer. Her shot for 2's off the glass, no good. Rebound and the stick back is up and in though.
Yeah, we just got outworked that time. She got her own rebound and put it back in, so here come the Grizzlies. See if we can't get something offensively.
1:29 left to play here. Lady Grizzlies into the front court. Amelia Carnahan swings it around to an open teammate, Keely Good. Shots off the glass and no good for the Lady Grizzlies. Brooklyn Maddox will take it the other direction.
Nice little look there for Baker, just a little hard off the glass that time.
Just over a minute to go. Sarah Veely takes it off the far sideline here. Back over to Brooklyn Maddox again. Now to the left wing. Madeline Bashir. She'll crank it back over to Veely again. Back to Maddox, down to the baseline. A forceful bounce pass was scooped up by one of the Lady Grizzlies, but Independence gets it back here, misses a shot. Rebound, Amory Baker. As she takes it out of the backcourt, we've got another timeout as they'll talk things over with 37 seconds left. We'll keep it here, and I'll get that sponsor list out, and we'll tell you who's making things possible for us tonight. Labette Health, the Bartlett Co-op, Labette Bank, Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Dr. Gilmore, Ray, and Newland. Wood Insurance Center, our friends at Labette Community College. You just heard from Tank Connection there a moment ago. SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Moser and Meister. If I break a hip going down these stairs, those are the people we're calling. The Unified School District 506, Clemens Insurance Agency, and Elm Haven Nursing Home, just to name a few. That's not the whole list, but that's a few of them that have made Lady Grizzly basketball possible here on the radio tonight and online. From the right wing, three-point shot won't fall there for Kylie Roberts and the Lady Grizzlies. The thumbs are in the air on a jump ball with 17 seconds left as everybody was going after the rebound, and Independence gets the alternating possession.
We've had a few of those tonight, so I guess both squads are going after it.
Maddox trying to throw it over to Bashir, and it goes off of her fingertips and out of bounds. So Labette County will have 13 seconds to try to get a shot up and narrow this deficit. Inbound throw intended for Ginger Weathers, stolen away by the Lady Bulldogs. Maddox out of the backcourt, racing forward. Holding off at midcourt, this one's over. Well, our Lady Grizzlies put up a valiant effort, but they will fall tonight here in Independence. Final score, 39-22. Final thoughts, Jack, on that one?
You know, Independence was just too much. They maintained that pressure the whole game. You know, we played tough early on, and they just wore us down and took advantage of our mistakes and capitalized off of them. So, hey, congratulations to Independence. Fine squad.
Hard-fought effort for the Lady Grizzlies tonight, and that'll close the book on that one. Senior boys action is coming your way here in about 15 minutes. We'll send it back to the KLK studios for just a bit, and we'll be back here in about 10 minutes to bring you senior boys action here on KLKC. We'll see you in a few.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating bolted storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Welcome back to Independence. Our ladies fell in action earlier, 39-22. They are doing homecoming here at Independence, so it's taking a little longer between games than it normally would. They're actually about to crown the homecoming queen. So the king has been crowned. I think Quinlan Boyer is his name. And then they're giving him a sash to wear and a hat that almost makes him look like a member of the Shriners Convention. I don't know any other way to explain what that looks like. And I'll trade you headsets. So they have crowned the homecoming king tonight, and they're about to crown the homecoming queen here in Independence. And I know we have listeners over toward Independence, so we'll let you know who that is. Brinley Taylor is the homecoming queen. I'd vote for her just because she has the most colorful dress on tonight.
Yes, she sure does.
It's almost like Joseph's coat of many colors. It's that kind of style tonight. So anyway, congratulations to these young people here in Independence that have gotten homecoming king and homecoming queen tonight. Certainly one of the greatest honors you can get. And I know as a parent, when my daughter was on the homecoming court last year down in Oklahoma, that's something when your kid gets an honor like that.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's a big deal. It would take a lot, honestly, to kind of have yourself put out like that to be voted on for something. And I mean, because they're all popular and liked, but in some ways, if you didn't win the crown, you might feel. So there's a lot of pressure on that, actually.
Yeah, we had a runner-up situation in our household, and there were a few tears shed. But she was honestly grateful and happy for her friend. And,
true honor,
it's a cool thing. So here in Independence, of course, our first game, 39-22, the final score. Let's talk about the senior boys game coming up, Jack, because I know that we've got a big one here tonight.
This will be a barn burner. We've played them twice. They beat us both times. There's just that unspoken edge between these two. You'll see it. You'll feel it. It'll be a hyped-up game that goes 100 miles an hour. You'll see some competitive structures going on, I'll say that way. I'm just saying it'll get chippy. And there'll be a buzz here with this crowd. It's homecoming and big game here. So, I don't know. Just look for a lot of action. And, again, the team who I guess is hot tonight, shooting a little better and rebounding, just a lot of the basic things to play basketball will probably come out on top.
In our system here, we've got over on V93.5 Parsons and Fort Scott tonight. I looked on Twitter earlier. I refuse to call it X, but Twitter a few minutes ago, and they had not updated the score on there yet. But we'll do our best to get you a score, that final score of that girls' game for Parsons. Yeah. And they've got their senior boys action coming up as well. But we got a big game here, and they'll have a big game against Fort Scott. I know Fort Scott's one of the better teams in Kansas.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
I was checking because sometimes when you make mention on the radio, someone will text me something like a score update and whatnot. So was your comment following up on the Parsons situation?
Yes.
Yeah, like we said earlier, I wish Parsons well. I hope they go up there and get a couple wins, especially because Fort Scott boys and girls are both high up in the league. And so to help our chances to win the league or whatnot, we need Fort Scott to take it on the chin. So wishing the Vikings, a good night up there.
Well, it's definitely a good night for basketball here in Southeast Kansas. And again, we got a big one coming up here in just a few minutes with Labette County and Independence. Again, our final score in the girls' game, 39-22. Independence won that. They kind of showed us tonight why they're the number 3 team in the state and why they'll probably be going pretty deep in the state tournament.
It's sure looking like it. And, of course, we want to be the ones to get the state tournament and whatnot, but if we do or don't, we always want someone from our league to represent the league well. So, we have nothing but the best to wish for the Bulldogs, too, going forward.
All right. Well, we will take another break. We'll be back here in about 5 minutes, and we'll preview more of the senior boys game between Independence and our Labette County Grizzlies coming up next. Thanks for being with us tonight here on KLKC.
Sounds good.
We welcome you back to Independence. Just getting set for senior boys action tonight between the Grizzlies and the Bulldogs. Already almost standing room only over here in our section. We're actually sitting in the stands tonight, and we've got people surrounding us, Jack.
Yeah, we do. You had a nice conversation with some high school girls trying to convince them to call the game, and I don't think they were interested.
Well, I told them, I said, you can have my headset if you want to do the rest of the game, and I knew they wouldn't say yes. But one of them I thought was actually going to take me up on it. So anyway, we've got that should tell you just how tight quarters we have tonight when we're out sitting with some of the kids.
Yeah, well, we had to move our cough drops off the bench in front of us.
We did. Y'all don't know me. Most of you don't. My name is Grant Merrill, and I'm filling in tonight for the younger Jack, and he's, of course, off on business, and so it's a pleasure to be here with you tonight. I
appreciate that.
I live down in Tulsa, but married a Kansas girl who is a high school coach, and so I've gotten to know a lot of these teams over the years, and it's always a lot of fun to be back in the Sunflower State and calling games on the radio.
Yeah, well, hey, listen, you roll in here 30 minutes before game time, don't know either team, and you instantly pick up the headset and just go with it. So it's obvious to me that radio's been a lifestyle for you, along with some other things that's been successes in your life. But we appreciate you, and I know Wayne does, stepping in here and just doing a really good job and helping us. So it's been great.
Well, my background is that I own 9 radio stations in Oklahoma and Texas, and so I know what it's like when somebody says, "Hey, I'm not going to be there," and so we got to find somebody to fill in, and I'm happy to be that guy to fill in tonight for Dr. Gilmore and all the KLKC crew. He does a great job. After he gets done prescribing eyeglasses, he is doing radio, and just a really busy guy.
Yes, he is.
But he's so proud of the Parsons community, and bought this radio station to stay community involved and to make sure it wasn't going anywhere. So
yeah, it's guys like that to keep Labette County and in Labette County, or 4 high schools actually, but individuals like Dr. Gilmore and all the sponsors you read off every so often here during the game, man, they're the energy that just keeps things going. So yeah, well, I appreciate all that.
I'm proud to know Dr. Wayne, and he's a great broadcaster and a great eye doctor. And by the end of the game, you may know that I need to go see him after I get some of these numbers wrong. So I'm going to have to get that prescription adjusted a little bit.
Well, on the boys' side, there's 2 Nashes, and they are cousins.
They are cousins.
So
okay.
In the first game, the 2 Bakers weren't related.
I was trying to redesign the Baker family tree there for a few minutes.
Well, one would guess in a small community.
Sure.
So that's. But yeah, this boys team for us, in some ways, it's going to be similar to the girls, meaning this. I told you in the girls' game there would be a lot of subbing. Same here. Coach Argerbright's got 8, 9, 10. He can go deep, and they all play at 100 miles an hour. So get ready. This will be a lot going on, and between Kane and Nolan Nash, Barrett Heston, Kagan Bates, Tucker Rush, those will probably be our starters. It'll just be go time, and Independence will match that, so be good.
It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to take another 5-minute break, and when we come back, we'll have the tip-off for Labette County and Independence. You're listening to Grizzlies basketball right here on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea: streaming without buffering. It's not 2014. There's no reason for laggy internet and buffering shows. IdeaTech has the technology. It's fiber optic cable. IdeaTech has brought high-speed fiber to 75 communities and counting. Don't put up with outdated internet. Stream without buffering. Another bright idea from IdeaTech.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating voltage storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Looking for a career that supports the U.S. national security mission? Join Day and Zimmerman here in Parsons, Kansas. Our salaried and hourly positions offer competitive compensation, starting at $22.90 for hourly roles, and all employees receive excellent benefits and room to grow. From production operators to engineering and beyond, you'll help supply America's defense and build a career you can be proud of. Apply today at careers.dayzim.com. You can make a difference at Day and Zimmerman.
Discover what you've been missing in Parsons, Kansas. Curious Minds Discovery Zone, a children's museum that inspires a love of learning, with hands-on exhibits for all ages to imagine, create, learn, and discover. Kids enjoy looking through microscopes, building on our magnetic ball run wall, creative play in our doctor's office or grocery store, and lots more. Discover, explore, Parsons, Kansas.
Back here in Independence, senior boys action between the Labette County Grizzlies and the Independence Bulldogs tonight. I'm Grant Merrill along with Jack Leach. I think we're going to pause for the national anthem, so we will take another 90-second timeout and be back right after this on KLKC. And welcome back to Independence. Just about set for action tonight between the Independence Bulldogs and our visiting Labette County Grizzlies. Our ladies game, our Lady Grizzlies ended up falling in that one, but a great ball game up ahead of us tonight. You mentioned that it's already an intense atmosphere here in Independence and will be for the rest of this ball game tonight, Jack.
Yeah, 100% will. And it's fun, but, man, it's ultra competitive. And, hey, it'll be exciting. How about that?
This is what we're here for. Our starters tonight, Kane Nash, the 5'11 junior guard for the Labette County Grizzly. Keegan Bates is a 5'8 senior point guard. Nolan Nash is a 6'1 junior guard. Colton Will is a 5'10 junior guard. Our 6th and 7th players off the bench will be Barrett Heston and Tucker Rash, I believe. And hang on just a second. Jonathan is going to.
I imagine Barrett will start.
Jonathan, what do you think?
Yeah, it'll be Kane Nash, Keegan Bates, Nolan Nash, Barrett Heston, and Tucker Rush, and your 6th man will probably be Colton Weil.
Okay, I had to read his check marks a little closer there on the list here. We'll get our starters for the Independence Bulldogs here in just a second. Keys to victory tonight for Labette County. What are they, Jack?
Gosh, I'll tell you. Well, hopefully our shooting percentage is high because we put up a lot of threes, actually. Hopefully we can score in transition. And, gosh, we have to play really tight defense inside. Yeah, the last 2 times we played these guys, the Martinez kid really hurt us inside. So really have to screen out, play tough inside basketball.
In action on our sister station, B93.5, we did hear that our Parsons Lady Vikings did lose to Fort Scott 72-56, the final there.
Yeah.
So an equally tall order for the senior boys in Parsons tonight.
It will be. The varsity boys will have their work cut out for them. I'm impressed. Parsons girls scored 56. That's a high-scoring game, 75-56. So, yeah.
Kellen Lanning and Ian Martinez among the starters for Independence tonight. Also, Heston Smith, a 6'10 junior guard, and Spencer Crane, a 5'9 senior guard. And we are just about ready for basketball action in Independence here tonight.
Yeah, I'm ready to get this going. I know our boys are, so it's our turn. You know, they beat us in football, and we had an amazing football season. But they got us. They beat us twice in basketball, so I know we're keyed up to get one here.
You talk about how those rivalries kind of organically form. That's it. I mean, you know, we're looking for a win tonight, and we need to get one.
Absolutely. So, yeah, this is a league opponent. So, you know, we're down to limited games here before sub-state and who gets to go and where the seating's at. So they all matter.
It can come down to just a few points. I mean, you know, that's
sure enough
the way Kansas basketball works in the sub-states. I mean, it's a intense process sometimes.
Yes, it is.
So both of our teams coming to the floor. If you're watching tonight, Labette County will be moving from right to left on your screen. Independence moving from left to right. And we are just about set for the tip-off between our Grizzlies and the Independence Bulldogs. Kane Nash will jump the opening tip. He'll go up against Kelton Lanning for Independence. Basketball's in the air and the Bulldogs control. Spencer Crane out of the backcourt, works it back over to Javon Colbert. Colbert, top of the key, hands it off right wing to Heston Smith. Smith out around the perimeter, takes it left side of the paint, kicks it out to the left wing. A drive inside for the Bulldogs and a two-pointer on the way and in from Kellen Lanning.
Yeah, Lanning's a nice athlete. He's good at every sport, and that was a great move there, so well done.
Here come the Grizzlies. Nolan Nash out of the backcourt. Tries to push it forward, but a steal. Heston Smith intercepting that pass. He'll give it back up top to Colbert. His shot for two on the way and in.
Tell you what, Independence coming out, kind of giving it to us, so we'll have to deal with this pressure and fight through it.
Bulldogs out to a 4-0 lead. Bates out of the backcourt, the Keegan variety. He'll take it around the perimeter, giving it back over to Barrett Heston. Heston, top of the key, works it through the air over to Kane Nash. Nash near side, finds an open man. Long three won't go for Barrett Heston. Grizzlies get their own rebound. A stick back's on the way and in for Keegan Bates.
Yeah, Keegan Bates is our guard. He's kind of our coach on the floor. He's the leader for sure. You'll see that kind of exemplify itself in his play.
So it's Keegan, not Keegan.
Yeah, Keegan,
right.
yeah.
We'll remember that. Mark that down on the sheet here.
And their nicknames. You have a lot to get done here.
Absolutely. 2-pointers on the way from the paint for Spencer Crane. It's up and in. 6-2 our score. 6:33 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Independence off and looking good so far. So
here come the Grizzlies on the attack. Kegan Nash back over to an open teammate. That's going to be Nolan Nash, or Kegan Bates over to Nolan Nash. They'll move it back over to Kane Nash. Back up top. Heston down in the paint. 2-point shot. Off the back iron. No good for Nolan Nash.
Yeah, the Grizzlies are probably going to have to withstand this out of Independence. Just kind of this flurry right off the bat. Kind of just hang with them.
I feel in the minority because my name's not Nash either, Jack.
It's a well-known name there in Labette County for sure.
Absolutely. Out to the left wing. A drive inside for Nolan Nash. Quick handoff over to Kegan Bates. His shot off the rim and no good.
Got a foul on Indy here on Lanning.
So that will put Labette County at the free throw line. Brad Smith is the head coach for Independence. He's out in full suit and tie tonight.
Well, so there's a story there, too. Brad Smith is a great man. He coached for almost 30 years at Labette County.
Oh, wow.
And retired and came over here. So super respected fella, just like Coach Argerbright. Matter of fact, Coach Argerbright coached under Brad Smith for 2 or 3 years. So more of the mix of this rivalry.
First free throw for Kegan Bates is on the way in. Second one's on the way in as well. I guess he was beyond that three-point arc.
Yeah, must have been down here. Couldn't see when the kids were standing where we're sitting.
Another free throw's up and coming. Independence has got their student section, but so do we.
Yeah.
You'll see them in the background as the camera moves across the court here. 6-5 our score. A 1-point ball game. Independence on top. Here come the Bulldogs into the front court. Spencer Crane out around the perimeter finding Ian Martinez. Martinez down to the right side of the paint, finds Crane once again. He'll get a quick handoff back over to Kellen Lanning. Lanning with a cross-court pass over to the open Spencer Crane. Back to Lanning. He'll drive inside. 2-pointer. Hangs on the rim. Doesn't fall. He gets his rebound. Tries the stick back. Gets it and draws that foul on the way up. So he'll go for the and one right here.
Yeah, I got to compliment Lanning on that one, man. He went to the boards and took it to us and got his own rebound and went back up strong. So
foul's going to be called on Tucker Rush. That is his first.
Yeah.
First team foul as well. First free throw, only free throws on the way in, and that completes the conventional three-point play for Independence. Grizzlies back the other direction. Nolan Nash out of the backcourt, working right to left, approaching that time stripe, full court pressure from the Bulldogs. Back down into the right side of the paint. A 2-pointer's on the way in. Nice shot there for Barrett Heston.
Boy, sure enough, that's a tough shot. Tough distance, nice high arch. Good shot there by Barrett Heston.
9-7 our score. 2-point ball game. Indy on top. Out of the backcourt. Here come the Bulldogs. Colbert gets a bounce pass over to an open teammate. That's Ian Martinez. Martinez back to Crane. Back to Colbert near the time stripe. Colbert dribbling with one hand, directing traffic with the other. He'll take it left side of the paint. Collision there, and they're calling him for the charge.
Well, that's a big call right there. Colbert's a great athlete, so hopefully a call like that sometimes can kind of slow a guy down from trying to do that going forward. So
he didn't bump him that hard.
No.
I didn't see it, but we'll take it.
Yes,
we're not going to argue.
I was expecting kind of a block call maybe, so we'll take it like you said.
Kegan Bates back the other direction for Labette County. Double team near the time stripe. He'll work it near side over to Kane Nash. 3-pointers over the rim and no good, just a little too strong.
Kane's a good shooter. He made a shot last night with 11 seconds left to help win the game.
Colbert up and under, shoots it off the glass. It's no good. Back the other direction. Here comes Indy. Or here comes Labette County. 2-pointers off the glass. Nothing happening there for Kegan Bates. And here come the Bulldogs on the attack. Kellen Lanning back to the right wing. Finding Colbert, back up to Lanning near the top of the key. Off the right side, a long threes, off the glass, no good, nothing doing there as Bates takes it the other direction for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I told you this game would just go, 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 and both teams are pushing here.
3:40 left to play here. Independence 9, Labette County 7. Out of the right wing, Kane Nash with the basketball. He'll work it around the perimeter, finding Nolan Nash. Up to Kegan Bates, top of the key. Double team. They're going to call him for the charge.
Well, sometimes, we always say refs give one back if they think they gave you one down here type thing. So
the old turnabout's fair play,
yeah. So is that 2 on Kagan or no? Okay, 1.
These refs have called a good game in the girls' action, and they'll do the same here. I was saying in the ladies' action, you couldn't pay me $1 million to take the stuff that refs do during ball games.
Yeah, it's not worth $55.
Colbert, top of the key. 2 pointers on the way in for Spencer Crane.
That's a nice play there. Lanning went up, made a good hot pass, and completed the score.
I made $5.50 from Dr. Gilmore for the game tonight, so I'm a little less than the refs here. 2 pointers over the rim, no good. Rebound, Independence. And sliding down the floor there was Kellen Lanning. They call a foul as he went down to the ground. He looked like he was sliding into third there.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of contact caused that, but Kagan's convinced he didn't do it. I guess they called that on Nolan. Okay, so that's 1 on Nash.
Inbound throw's going to be given to Colbert after the foul. So did Brad Smith dress that well at
yes.
Labette County? So he's always been a suit and tie guy.
Yeah, he's professional that way as far as coaching. That's kind of his style.
Outstanding. Down in the paint, 2-point shot. It's off the rim and no good. Rebound, Labette County. Colbert was the shooter on that last one. Back the other direction. 2 pointers on the way. Hanging on the rim, and it falls through.
Yeah.
That is Barrett Heston.
That sure is, and we need that out of him. We need him to be aggressive and go to the hoop like that. He's very athletic.
Back the other direction. Jevin Colbert. He'll get a bounce pass right side over to the open Heston Smith. Smith takes it out around the top of the key. He'll work it left wing. Back over to the open. Kellen Lanning, a shot here's on the way and in.
Yeah, Lanning, man, he feeds off some of that stuff the kids were kind of chanting over there, so he looks for that.
14-9 our score. Labette County into the front court. 2-point shot won't fall there for Kegan Bates. Back the other direction. Here come the Bulldogs, but a turnover. Heston forces it, throws it up front to Bates. He's got it on the right side of the paint. Bullet pass to the left wing and a 3 on the way. It's off the rim and no good. Nothing doing there for Colton Will.
Colton Weil.
Wow.
No, you're doing great.
From the right wing, Heston for 3. Oh. His shot bounces off the iron and up on top of the shot clock.
Gosh.
And I thought it was going to hang on the shot clock there.
Doesn't surprise me. This game is exactly what we kind of thought we'd get tonight. Just a lot going on. Sped up.
So my brother-in-law is up in Kansas City. His name's Dave Warren, and his pet peeve in life is when college coaches don't wear a suit and tie. He would be proud of Brad Smith tonight.
Okay. It's interesting. Yeah.
Fred Hoiberg just bounces on his last nerve. So down in the paint, 2-point shots off the rim and no good there for Spencer Crane and the Bulldogs. Back the other direction.
Carson
Lamb. It's on the way and in.
Yeah, it's one of those subs I told you about earlier. He'll sub in, but you won't see a change in the action.
Still trying to read this roster. If you can run down to the science lab, they may have a microscope we can use there. Into the front court. Here come the Bulldogs. Colbert, top of the key. He'll work it back over to Kellen Lanning. Lanning, left side of the paint. Fires a 2, and it's on the way and in. Wow.
Tell you, Lanning, the senior leader for Independence, showed up tonight, so we're going to have to get a hand in his face.
23 seconds left to play. Back the other direction. Here come the Grizzlies. Lamb from the right side takes it toward the paint, moves it out to the left wing. They'll look at a shot. Now driving to baseline. An outlet pass, top of the key. 3-pointer. In and out, no good for Tucker Rush. 5 seconds left to play. Here comes Independence. From the half-court line, a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer off the glass and no good. We have come to the end of the first quarter. Our score, Independence 16, Labette County 11. We're back in a minute on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea. Make sure you put your pants on before leaving the house. Sure, it seems simple, but sometimes simple doesn't happen. At Idea Tech, we think it's simple to have real people who live in Kansas helping customers. We understand that not everyone in our industry agrees, but then again, not everyone puts on pants before they leave the house. We think it's important to get the simple things right. putting our pants on and providing local customer service. Another bright idea from Idea Tech.
Back here in Independence, I'm Grant Merrill along with Jack Leach. Thank you for being with us here on KLKC 106.7 AM 1540 as the Labette County Grizzlies trail by 5. Jack, you were telling me during the break they trailed by a lot more than this in other games and made it really competitive.
Yeah, our first matchup at home against Independence, they came out on fire, and they were up like 22 or 23-2. I mean, we were down like 20 points in the first quarter, so Indy's a hot starter.
Up top for Labette, Colton Weil, he drives in for a 2, shots on the way and in.
Such a nice, disciplined player and patient as Colton, so that was a big point, big bucket right there. We needed that.
Colton makes it a 3-point ball game, 7:28 left to go in the half, 16-13, Independence on top. Martinez into the paint for the Bulldogs. He'll fire a 2. It's on the way and in. Back to a 5-point game we go.
Yeah, Martinez has hurt us the last 2 games we played him. He's a nice inside presence for him.
Here come the Grizzlies. Wow, out to the right side, gives it off to Camden Good. Good. Down to the right wing, finds an open man. Long 3 won't fall for Carson Lamb. Back the other direction, Bulldogs have it. Moving left to right, J.D. Woodburn takes it into the front court. He'll work it down to an open teammate. Colbert for 2. His shot's on the way and in. And we've got a timeout taken by Labette County. We'll take it with him and be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Labette County Grizzly Basketball on KLKC.
At Labette Center, we have worked hard to make it easier than ever to start on your journey to wellness. The center provides a full range of mental health and substance use services to individuals of all ages. With expanded services and same-day access, you can begin your journey when you are ready. Visit our website at lcmhs.com to find out more about our services and begin your journey to wellness today. Labette Center for Mental Health. Help for today. Hope for tomorrow.
Back here in Independence, 20-13, our Labette County Grizzlies trailing the Bulldogs by 7. I'm Grant Merrill along with Jack Leach here on 106.7 KLKC and AM 1540. Fox Sports Parsons. Back up at the top of the key, it'll be Kane Nash for the Grizzlies. He'll get a pass out to the right wing, a 3-pointer off the rim and no good for Barrett Heston. Grizzlies get their own rebound.
A good hustle there by Bates. He's always where he needs to be defensively.
Nash to the right wing, back to Bates. His shot won't fall.
Yeah, some of the keys we talked about before the game, I mentioned we shoot a lot of threes, and I was hoping we would be kind of hot tonight. So far we haven't really found our stride from outside.
Javen Colbert into the front court, works it over to Heston Smith. Smith with a pass through the air, back to Colbert. His shot for 3, in and out, no good. Rebound, Labette County.
Yeah, glad to see that rim out there. That would have been a big one.
Heston, top of the key. He'll work it right side to Bates. Keegan Bates back over to Nolan Nash. Nash springing into motion here. He'll take it right side of the paint. Now a pass almost knocked away. The ball loose on the floor. Everybody's after it. No jump ball called. Labette County gets it. Back up top, Heston with it. His shot for 3, off the glass, no good.
Yeah, had another opportunity. Some really good hustle there by Tucker Rush to keep that alive.
Back the other direction. Bulldogs, the shot for 2 is on the way in from the left side of the paint. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Kellen Lanning. We've got another timeout on the floor. 5:17 left to go in the first half. It's Independence 22, Labette County 13. Back in 1 minute on KLKC.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating bolted storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Well, we appreciate our great sponsors like the Corner Store. They said the 4 magic words, Maggio's Pizza to go.
Uh-huh.
Grant Merrill and Jack Leake along with you from Independence, 22-13 Bulldogs with a 9-point lead. And so far, Labette County playing their hearts out, trying to stay in this thing in this first half.
Yeah, Independence looks really sharp so far, so got to grind this one out.
Nash back to Kagan Bates. He'll fire a 2. His shot on the way in. He's fouled on the way up.
There's that coach I was telling you about, Kagan Bates. He's the fire plug out there for our team. He always has been. Players look up to him and his motivation. He's just always an influencer out there.
Back at the free throw line, Kagan Bates will have one. You were talking about Brad Smith being from Labette County. There's a lot of Labette County to Independence connections here.
Yeah, there sure is.
Back the other direction. Spencer Crane taking it left to right for the Bulldogs. He'll bring it near side over to Kellen Lanning. Lanning double team, kicking it back over to Heston Smith. Now around the perimeter. They'll give it off to Crane in the paint. He's fighting to get past the double team defense from the Grizzlies. Heston Smith from the wing fires a 3. It falls short, won't go. Rebound and a stick back won't go. Everybody after the basketball, and a foul called as a man goes to the floor.
Curious who he calls this on Labette County. Looks like they were just kind of both going for the ball. It's just
they may not have called the foul there.
Gotcha.
Sorry about that.
I thought it was too.
Whatever came of it, the Bulldogs have the basketball. Heston Smith with it, takes it top of the key and hands off to Lanning. Lanning down in the paint, fires it left wing. They look at a shot from 2-point range. That one's off the rim and no good.
Tell you, I think we got a call there. I'll take it. But right now, Independence is banging the boards, being more aggressive, rebounding. So Labette County's going to have to really root down in there and get those rebounds.
Nolan Nash will have the inbound throw, and he'll give it into Colton Weil. Weil back over to the near side, finding Nolan Nash. Nash with a handoff to Kane Nash. Nolan to Kane, back to the right wing. Now Nolan Nash in the corner. He'll bring it back up top to Colton Weil. Weil down in the paint, takes it right side, moves it to an open teammate. 2-point shot for Barrett Heston's on the way in.
Some nice ball movement there and a good bounce pass. Good lay in there by Heston. Big possession.
3:22 left to play here. At least I think so. We've got a goal blocking the scoreboard here.
It's tough.
We'll try our best. Reese Reichenberger is now in the ball game. He'll hand it off to Kellen Lanning. Lanning in 3-point range, fires one. That one on the way in. He made it look easy.
Yeah, Lanning is really playing well tonight. He's their leader too.
He's an athlete's athlete, that's for sure. Back to the near side. Kane Nash driving. A man goes to the ground. They are calling for the blocking foul. These Independence fans wanted to charge.
Yes, they did, right in front of the student section. So that ref knew he was going to get an earful there. Argerbright's wanting the basket to count because he was in the motion of the shot.
I will say this about Kansas. Best student sections anywhere.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I thought so, but I've not been to an Oklahoma game and.
Well, I've done them in Oklahoma and Texas and Arkansas, and
interesting.
These always have Kansas schools have always had the best student sections, and you know, I think I told you my wife was the head volleyball coach at Dandale for a number of years, and you know they had as good of a student section for volleyball as they did basketball. It's just a really
Yeah.
Cool to see all these kids getting involved.
That's impressive for you to say that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Inbound throw coming from Labette County. And the inbound throw stolen away. Coming away with it, Kellen Lanning. He'll race into the front court, trying to get it off to Reichenberger, and he'll tip it out of bounds.
Yeah, caught a break there, and we'll take it.
Yes, we will. Labette County with the basketball. 2:50 left to go in the half. 25-18 our score. Here come the Grizzlies. Nolan Nash into the front court. Left-handed dribble. He'll work at top of the key. Now a pass through the air to Colton Weil. Weil back near side, finding Barrett Heston. 2:34 to play. Heston back to the right side. 2-point shot won't fall there for Kane Nash. Grizzlies get the rebound. 2-pointers on the way and in.
Colton Weil just kind of quietly and sneakily gets out there and scores and does all the right things. That was a big, big basket.
He just walked right over and tipped it in.
Yeah.
And we've got a 5-point ball game. Out to the right side. Here come the Bulldogs for Independence. 2-point shot, draws iron, and the foul's called. He's going to the free throw line.
Lanning is so good at that. He didn't really have a shot at all. We were just guarding him, and he just kind of jumps into you and makes the ref make that call. That's what you do.
Back at the free throw line, Independence will watch their man Kellen Lanning try these free throws. First one's on the way and in. We got a full crowd tonight. I've been watching a baby over here that I think's been passed around to about 17 people. He's a popular kid.
Yeah, got a binky and sleepy eyes, looks to me like.
I'm about ready to go with him. Next one's on the way and in, but this one's going to keep us awake for sure.
Oh, yeah. It's Independence right now is just about a step quicker than we are, and I think they're shooting better, so that's the difference.
Nolan Nash out to the front. He'll work it out to the right side. 1:56 left to go in the first half. The give to the top of the key to Tucker Rush. Now to the near side, Kane Nash. Nash looking, driving toward the paint, double teamed. He'll kick it out to the right side. 3-pointers on the way and in. Nolan Nash from long range.
That's what we've needed. I don't know what our percentages have been so far, but pretty low actually, so that was a big shot.
He's a sniper out there, just getting that one from way far away. Into the front court, Colbert. His shot missing and no good for the Bulldogs. Heston with the rebound. He'll work it the other direction. Kane Nash down to an open teammate, Nolan Nash. Nash on the left wing gets his pocket picked. Here come the Bulldogs. 2-pointers on the way and in.
Yeah, that's too bad. We had a chance to go up with another score, and they could pick our pocket and get a layup. That's a tough break.
Heston Smith just dug the basketball away and went straight to the hoop. Still a 6-point ball game. Nolan Nash, top of the key. He'll work it right side. 2-pointer from the right side of the paint's on the way, over the rim and too strong. Crane with the rebound for the Bulldogs. He'll work it back over to Lanning. 48 seconds left in the half. Lanning, top of the key, a blocking foul called on the Grizzlies. I didn't see anyone near him.
It looked to me like he pushed off, if anything. So that's but I will say this: Kellen has been the dagger for us tonight. Lanning's playing a great ball game. That was just one of the bad calls I've seen tonight.
Colbert out of the backcourt, moving left to right on the screen. He'll work it out toward the top of the key. Louis to the left side of the paint. 2-pointer hangs on the rim and doesn't fall. The whistle blows, though. We got a foul on the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Coach Argerbright's pretty bent out of shape over there, feeling like the fouls are kind of going a little one-sided here, so a little frustrated.
What years would Coach Argerbright have played for Coach Smith?
Well, I said that wrong if I said that. He coached under him. He came to our high school to coach, and he was the assistant for Coach Smith in basketball.
Understood. First free throws on the way good. Spencer Crane. It's got to be interesting to coach like that when you know each other's every move.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of interesting. That's a good word for it.
Another free throw up and coming. Shots on the way, good. Jevin Colbert with both of those free throws to make it a 7-point lead for Independence. 30-23 our score. We've got 33.1 seconds left to go in the first half. Inbound throws given inside to the Grizzlies and Nolan Nash. Left-handed dribble as he takes it out across the time stride. Now he'll move the other direction. Nash looking, quick bounce pass over to the right side. Kane Nash, you said a cousin?
Yes. And not to throw you a curveball, but he's also a cousin to Barrett Heston.
Lord, I'm going to know the whole family tree before I leave here. Two-pointer for Nolan Nash, hangs on the rim. And now, going to the free throw line, it'll be Nolan Nash.
Yeah, and that's.
I grew up in a county like that, and now you know why I came to Kansas to find a wife.
That's right.
Got a little dicey there. First free throws off the back iron and no good. He'll have another. Yeah, if you throw a rock at somebody in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, they're probably related to me. So.
Yeah. I just noticed we're down to 7 seconds, right?
Yep. Next free throw's in and out, no good. Grizzlies with their own rebound. A stick back won't go. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. From the half court, that one doesn't fall for the Independence Bulldogs, but they go to halftime with a 8-point lead. We'll take a break and be back right after this. 2-minute timeout. You're listening to Labette County Grizzly basketball on KLKC.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating bolted storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Halftime in Independence. We are being entertained by the Independence dance team.
Yeah.
How long has it been since you've pulled one of those moves, Jack?
Oh, let's see.
I heard 3 days. Oh, boy.
Yeah, never.
31-23. That'd be the quickest way to a chiropractor for me.
It would be, yeah.
Pulling some of the dance moves that these girls are pulling. But they're doing a great job and keeping us entertained here in Independence. Thank you for being with us here at halftime. I think the principal's out there dancing. See, he could do it. We can do it too, Jack.
I have to admit, that was a really cool deal. The girls pretended to kind of get in a little scuff and fight, and he went out there, broke up the fight, and then broke down into the dance.
And he's good.
He really is.
I bet he got all the ladies at college there.
What a great sport. Who does that?
31-23, our halftime score here in Independence. Bulldogs out to an 8-point lead. And, Jack, I tell you, we've been in it the whole time. Labette County is hanging here. We kind of give me your overview on the first half.
Yeah, I mean, I can't talk about it without saying the obvious. Independence is sharp and crisp and really coming at us. And Lanning has shot, I mean, he's made 3 or 4 threes, I'm sure. I know he's made 3.
Yeah.
And so I feel like they've just shot really well. I feel like they defensively were a step quicker. And I'm with you, though. I feel like we didn't shoot particularly well. they did shoot, well, and yet we're just within, 7 or 8 points. So for us to have played an average first half and them to play what I think was a good first half, and we're just not 2 or 3 possessions behind, I actually feel kind of good about it. I feel like we'll play a much better second half here.
In the previous meetings between Independence and Labette County, I mean, you had one where we had a 23-2 lead for the Bulldogs. It was a tale of two halves in that ball game. It may be one in this ball game.
Yeah, I know. I just, the more I watch these two play, talk about evenly matched teams, competitive teams. So, hey, this is a great, fun high school basketball game. Hopefully the Grizzlies can kind of get some momentum, string together 2 or 3 good possessions. I think you mentioned it earlier, right when we'd close the gap, Lanning would hit a 3 or something and just kind of expand that lead back to 5 or 6. So, yeah, we'll see what adjustments are made at halftime.
Well, it's tight quarters here tonight. We're actually sitting in the stands. That baby's still being passed around over there. I don't think we're the only ones who haven't held it yet. He's awfully popular, but, here in Independence, that's the kind of game it is tonight where we've got everybody here.
Oh, yeah, for homecoming especially. You got all the extended family that came to watch, too, and so, and a great band, so great atmosphere tonight.
Ozzy Osbourne would be proud of their performance of Crazy
Wouldn't
Train
he?
tonight. So. Anyway, we're going to take another break. We're going to try to get a Parsons Fort Scott score while we're gone, and when we come back, we'll have an update on that and preview the second half of play. You are listening to Labette County Grizzly basketball on KOKC 106.7.
Looking for a career that supports the U.S. national security mission? Join Day and Zimmerman here in Parsons, Kansas. Our salaried and hourly positions offer competitive compensation, starting at $22.90 for hourly roles, and all employees receive excellent benefits and room to grow. From production operators to engineering and beyond, you'll help supply America's defense and build a career you can be proud of. Apply today at careers.dayzim.com. You can make a difference at Day and Zimmerman.
Back here in Independence, Grant Merrill and Zach Leake along with you tonight. 31-23 our halftime score. Bulldogs with the basketball as we exit halftime and head into the third quarter.
Well, I'd like to get off to a good start. You know, oftentimes the first 30 seconds to a minute of a quarter or half can kind of set the tone. So see if we can't get a stop here and have something good happen early.
Spencer Crane to Javin Colbert. Colbert takes the top of the key with a right-handed dribble. Independence moving from right to left on your screen and on the radio dial. They'll move it off to Kellen Lanning. Lanning out around the perimeter, takes it toward the left wing. He looks at a shot, runs the baseline instead, finds Colbert right wing. His shot for three won't fall. Rebound Martinez, his stick back no good as well.
Yeah, thankfully. Long rebound to Independence and missed the shot.
Up front, two-pointers on the way, no good for the Grizzlies. Tucker Rush tried that one, it hung on the rim. We thought it had a chance.
Yeah, I'd like to see him get a couple of those to roll in.
Spencer Crane, or Javin Colbert back the other direction. He'll work it near side, giving it back off to Kellen Lanning. Now a three-pointer for Lanning won't go. And if the first minute has set the course, I think Independence is missing some shots here.
Well, yeah, and unfortunately on that fast break, we threw the ball away there, so those have to be limited tonight to beat this team.
Colbert, top of the key for the Bulldogs. He'll work it back up top to Spencer Crane. Now to the right side, Lanning. Lanning with a bounce pass. It's stolen away, knocked away by Heston. Barrett to the two-point shot, and his won't go. Rebound, Grizzlies. Stick backs on the way it in.
What a nice job there by Kagan. He didn't have the shot, so he kind of dribbled out and then quickly cut back and laid it in.
He'll make it a 31-25 ball game. Independence with their 6-point lead. Colbert into the front court as he gives the signal with one hand and dribbles with the other. He'll take it right side to Spencer Crane. Crane through the air, finds a man right wing. That's Heston Smith. Smith works between the circles. Now he'll give it off to Colbert. 7 on the shot clock. Colbert looking. He'll fire a three. It's on the way it in. Rimmed around a time or two and then went through the drain.
Yeah, it sure did. Colbert's a nice athlete too, so you knew that was coming sooner or later.
9-point lead for Independence. Here come the Grizzlies from the left wing. 3-point shot. A little too strong. It's over the rim and no good. Rebound Colbert. He'll work it right to left.
Kane just hasn't quite found his timing yet tonight with that.
Down in the paint, Colbert straight to the hoop. He'll put it up and in. 11 points the lead for Independence over our Labette County Grizzlies.
Man, we got to stop that. Anytime he gets downhill, you got to stop Colbert.
Nolan Nash, top of the key, working it up and under to Bates. He'll go for the shot and go to the ground. We've got a foul called on Kellen Lanning.
Yeah, and I think that's his third. We'd like to see, I hate to ever cheer against an athlete. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying Lanning's their man. If he could sit on the bench a few minutes and rest, that'd be awfully good for us.
First free throw on the way and in. The problem with getting him rested is he gets rested up.
Yeah. Maybe then he'll play a little less intense. Sometimes you play a little more protective when you've got 3 fouls. So
we've got some outstanding athletes on both these teams. It's a great game tonight either way.
It really is.
Next free throw's off the iron and no good. Colbert will move it the other direction for Independence. He'll get a bounce pass over to Martinez. His turnaround shot on the way and in.
Yeah, Martinez did that to us the last 2 games. He's been pretty quiet so far tonight, but that was a nice play.
Ian Martinez is 6'2". He just tips it in.
Yeah, he's got a nice touch for a big fella.
Zane Garton's in the ball game for Labette County now from the left wing. Nolan Nash fires a three. It won't fall. The stick back won't go, and now Independence has it. Into the front court, Heston Smith. He'll take it left wing. Smith back over to Kellen Lanning. Lanning down in the paint, fights a triple team defense. A man went to the ground. They'll call Kellen Lanning for the charge, and that's 4 fouls for him.
Well, we talked about it earlier, and I think Kagan Bates kind of drew that. Kellen's got to be careful. He can get real spirited with officials. You don't want a technical here.
Yeah, he's coming out. Not before he makes some things known, but he's coming out.
That's a big, big foul. I'm sure Coach Smith will keep him on the bench surely till the fourth quarter at least.
Inbound throw is going to come inside for Kagan Bates, I should say. Over to Nolan Nash. Nash on the right side of the paint, takes it out to the top of the arc. He'll work it back over to Bates. Bates down in the lane, tries to get it down to an open teammate. Going up was Deontay Fields.
Yes. Yeah, Deontay Fields hasn't seen a ton of varsity action, but he's a great athlete. He's an all-state running back for us this year and a tremendous football player too, and track. I mean, he does it all.
I knew a bunch of Fields family members. They were all good at basketball. Don't think they were related to Deontay, but they could all play.
Yeah, well, he's good at basketball as well, so good to see him in.
Heston out to the left side with a handoff to Nolan Nash. Now to Bates. His shot off the rim, no good. A rebound. Martinez, Independence out of the backcourt, and now a foul on Kagan Bates.
Well, what's that on him? 3? Yeah.
I didn't go to the same basketball school as that official, but he definitely thought there was something there.
Yeah, he must have heard something, I guess, so he was pretty adamant. Okay, game on.
You said it. It was going to be an intense atmosphere. The end of the front court, Spencer Crane for Independence. He'll work it back over to Ian Martinez. Martinez down in the paint. Checked it to Crane, got it back, fired the shot, and it was missing. Back the other way. Here come our Grizzlies. Lamb into the front court. He'll take it back up top. 3-pointers on the way and in. Wow.
What he needed. Kane Nash just needs to see it go in one time. Look for him to make 2 or 3 more here.
Kane Nash like a marksman out there, making it a 9-point ball game. 38-29 our score.
Just together a good defensive possession here.
Colbert hanging on to that basketball. He'll get a bounce pass back over to Ian Martinez. Now to Heston Smith. Smith, left side of the paint. He'll fire a 2. It falls short. Not enough power on that one. Lamb coming up with the basketball for the Grizzlies. Into the front court. He'll take it into the paint. Up and under, a 2-pointer on the way and in.
I think we might have got away with a travel there. I don't know. Maybe we'll just call it a Euro step, but we'll take that. Kind of string it together here and get on a run.
Well, our friends over to the right put the baby down to point at the refs. So
that's a sign you mean it, I guess, when you put the baby down.
Absolutely. Up and under come the Bulldogs and Javen Colbert, and he's fouled on his way up. Blocking foul on the Grizzlies. That'll leave Heston Smith with the basketball. That's foul number 1 on Kane Nash. Fort Scott leading Parsons 35-10 at halftime. We've got to give the Vikings some Gatorade here for that second half.
Fort Scott's a nice team, and that's a tough environment out there to play in.
You know, when I was in high school in Arkansas, one of the prettiest girls in our class left and moved to Fort Scott.
Is that right?
Graduated from Fort Scott High School.
I'll be darned.
She's still over there somewhere. Inbound pass for the Bulldogs to Reese Reichenberger. He'll swing it around the perimeter, back over to Colbert. Colbert down to the left side of the paint, finds Reichenberger once again. Back up to Colbert. His shot for 3 on the way and in. Wow.
Yeah, you got Lanning out. Colbert steps up, so.
A 10-point lead now for Independence. Keep wanting to say Pittsburgh. I don't know why. They're purple. Out to the left wing for the Grizzlies, Carson Lamb. He'll take it around the perimeter, moving it up top of the key. Double teamed. He'll work it left side of the paint. 2-point shots off the glass. No good. Now the basketball tipped out of play with the last touch by Labette County.
Yeah, Carson doing a good job trying to make something happen, penetrate in and take a little shot. So
1:45 left to go in the third quarter.
Gonna have to do something here to slow this Bulldog offense down.
Colbert, top of the key. Works it near side over to Heston Smith. Smith over to the right wing. 3-point shots off the rim. No good for Javon Colbert. Back the other direction. Here comes Kane Nash. Nash swings it back up top to Cousin Nolan. His shot off the rim, no good. Stickbacks on the way and in, though. Carson Lamb.
Yeah, that's a good position, a good job.
Carson was in the right place at the right time and took advantage of it. A minute left in this third quarter. Out at the top of the arc, Ian Martinez for the Bulldogs. He'll work it right side of the paint and almost get it knocked away. Now he does. Somebody get that basketball. Martinez came up with it. Now Labette County with the steal. Here come the Grizzlies. Nolan Nash into the front court, straight to the hoop. 2 pointers off the rim and no good. He draws a foul on the way up. Wow. Nolan Nash is going to the free throw line.
So much happening. I don't know what to say. I'm curious who they called a foul on. Is this on Colbert?
Let me tell you something. Regardless, our Labette County student section is louder than anybody in this gym right now.
Yeah, they got it together. That is on Colbert. That's 3 on him.
Free throws up and coming for Nolan Nash. His shot off the rim and no good. Got to make these free throws here.
Yeah, every point's super important.
42.8 seconds left to go in the third. We've got new players coming in. Ethan Small, who is in no way small. He's about 6'1". He's in the ball game. Free throws coming for Nolan Nash. It's on the way and in. He hurt us and he made the shot.
Yeah. That Ethan Small, I know, is the state champion golfer for Independence, maybe 2 years in a row, actually. Just a little trivia.
Nice. Which country club do they play over here?
Just Independence.
Nice.
Yeah.
Out of the backcourt, here comes Spencer Crane. Crane back over to Heston Smith. I could spend a lot of money on golf, I can tell you that. Smith out at the top of the key, works it into the paint, kicks it down low. 2-point shots off the rim and no good for Crane. Rebound, Grizzlies. Here they come into the front court. 2-point shot on the way. It won't go. Not enough power on that one for Camden Good, but we've got a foul called.
Gosh, so close. You know, you just think that'll trickle in, and they just keep poking it away.
With 11 seconds left to play, the inbound throw given into the Grizzlies. 2-pointer for Lamb is off the rim, no good. Rebound, Independence, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Here's the shot at the buzzer. Almost went in, but did not go for the Bulldogs of Independence. And we have a 7-point ball game going into the fourth quarter. Independence 41, Labette County 34. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back right after this on KLKC.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating bolted storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Back here in Independence, 41-34. I'm Grant Merrill along with Jack Leake. Thank you for being with us. A 2-pointer for Javen Colbert is marred by a foul. I think he'll go to the free throw line here. I don't know if they count the basket.
I think they're calling it on the floor.
Okay.
I see that Coach Smith elects to keep Lanning out. Probably put him in with 5 minutes left and see if he can play out. I'm guessing.
Inbound throw to Colbert. He'll work it over to the left wing. Now, Jack thought I was kidding in the third quarter when I alleged that the Independence fans put a baby down to yell at the refs, but that did happen. I'm the George Washington of this broadcast. I cannot tell a lie.
Okay. I don't know if it's celebration or what, but we have a technical.
Oh, boy.
On Hayden Weatherall, I believe. He just stuffed one of the Independence players. The ref must have thought he over-celebrated or excessive celebration. I'm guessing now because he got called a technical.
Well, either way, Colbert's going to the free throw line. Shots on the way and in.
The Grizzlies have their work cut out for them these next 7 minutes. They just have to really bear down here.
Well, we can't be surprised with this type of atmosphere that things are going to get a little chippy at some point or another. I didn't see it get that chippy.
Well, again, I think he celebrated the stuff to the Independent student section, kind of like in their face type thing, and I think the refs are just trying to keep all that down low. I'm guessing.
Well, no better confidence than taunting your rivals. So it's all right. Into the front court. Here's Heston Smith giving it off to Colbert for Independence. Call the charge here.
That's 4 fouls on Colbert, and they'll wave off the basket, I believe.
Burns went to the ground. He gets the basketball here. Let me tell you, with Colbert having 4 fouls and Lanning, they're all running together. Lanning having 4 fouls. That's not great for Brad Smith.
Yeah. Grizzlies need to take it right to him.
Nolan Nash has it on the right wing. He'll work it around the perimeter, giving it back up top to Bates. Bates looking, trying to find somebody to pass it to. Up top, Zane for 3. His shot won't go. Zane Garton. Grizzlies keep the basketball. They'll work a stick back up.
Wow.
It's in finally after 2 tries. Bates getting that basket.
That's how you do it. You hustle, you make yourself get rebounds, kick it out, and try again. That was great anticipation there by the Grizzlies.
43-36 our score. 6:27 left to play here. Into the front court, the Bulldogs. Reichenberger for Independence. He'll work it right side. Moving it back over to Boston no, that's a 3, not a 5. Heston Smith. A pass inside to Martinez, marred by a foul. And we'll see who this is on.
I think it's on Zane Garton.
Yep. First foul of the ball game for the sophomore. Substitutions forthcoming. Zane's coming out, and Tucker Rush is coming back in. Is Tucker on the football team?
He did not play this year.
He did not play.
He ran cross country. I know he's a big, strong kid that can run. He would have been a great tight end.
Oh,
or
he
DN
would have been a great asset. I see 6'4" center, and I'm thinking, man, multi-sport athlete. He missed his chance. Here's a 2-pointer for the Bulldogs. On its way and in. 45-36 our score.
Yeah, that was just too easy. Independence ran a little play and got just a little put in.
Here come the Grizzlies. Nolan Nash with the basketball. He'll work it back over to Kane Nash. They try to get it over to a man on the left wing. It goes right through his legs and out of bounds. Barrett Heston tried to make that catch and couldn't quite get it in his hands.
These are some of the things we can't be doing if we want to beat a good team like Independence. Got to tighten it up.
Colbert out of the backcourt, racing. He'll work it left side. Back over to Heston Smith. Smith looking. He'll take it around the perimeter. Now backing out toward the time stride. Now he'll give it back over to Lanning, who's in the ball game once again. 4 fouls on him, but they're going to keep him in there. 5:30 left to play here. 45-36, a 9-point Independence lead. A turnover, a quick pass stolen away by Nolan Nash. He'll try to work it over to Heston. Heston loses control and goes straight out of bounds, so that'll give Indy the ball back.
Yeah, gosh, those hurt because we get a fast break and feel like we just give it back. I know everybody's just trying. Those are just frustrating when you turn it over like that. Got to go to work again here.
5:15 left to play here. Here come the Bulldogs. Colbert in the front court, works it right side. He'll give it back over to Lanning. Now a pass in the paint. Over to Spencer Crane. Crane to Heston Smith. Smith to Martinez near the free throw line. He'll crank it out to the right wing. 3-point shots on the way in for Kellen Lanning.
Yeah, Smith knew he had to get Lanning back in there, even with 4 fouls. He's your leader. That's a big, big 3 right there.
That gives Independence a 12-point lead. Here come the Grizzlies on the attack. Nolan Nash off to the right side, finding Bates. Bates back over to Nash. Back to Bates, left side of the paint. Now an outlet pass, right side. Kane Nash, his shot won't go. Rebound, three-pointer. That one won't fall either, and now Independence will take the ball back. And we've got an injured player on the floor. Oh, he looks like he's in a lot of pain, man.
Hopefully it's just a cramp in his calf.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's hurting.
You know, my wife being a volleyball coach, my daughter being a trainer for the OU football team, they see these injuries and you start to think ACL, and your worst fears start creeping in. And
yeah,
I hate to see any kid that
that's right
had an injury like that. This is the injured party is Spencer Crane, who's played a lot. He's back up on his own power, hopping off the floor. Hopefully, again, it's just a cramp.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's still really hurting, man.
The bad part about having a daughter as a trainer is she's told me I can't text her during OU games to find out what the injury is. So Dad, I'm working.
Yes.
So
I have to block you.
Yeah. Probably not the first time that's happened. So inbound pass to Colbert. He'll work it back over to Heston Smith. Smith, the landing on the near side. Back over to Kamen Sprague, who's now in the ball game. Now to Colbert. And a travel called. Labette County can have the ball here.
Yeah, we'll take that. We need every turnover like that we can get. Labette County getting kind of crunch time here. Down, 12? I have a hard time seeing through all the debris.
Down 12, 3:59 left to play here. 48-36 our score.
We can't be trading punches. We have to score and get stops.
Nash, top of the key. He'll work it up and under. 2-point shots off the rim and no good. Martinez with the rebound. He'll give it back over to Javen Colbert. Colbert down on the baseline. Finds Heston Smith, and he'll put a 2 up and in. 14-point lead now for Independence.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. We got outworked, out-hustled.
Down on the baseline. The Grizzlies have it. They dribble on the baseline, and Independence can have it here. And now we've got a timeout. We'll take it with them. 50-36 our score, 3:31 to play. We're back in 1 minute as Independence leads it here on KLKC.
Here's a bright idea. Make sure you put your pants on before leaving the house. Sure, it seems simple, but sometimes simple doesn't happen. At Idea Tech, we think it's simple to have real people who live in Kansas helping customers. We understand that not everyone in our industry agrees, but then again, not everyone puts on pants before they leave the house. We think it's important to get the simple things right. Putting our pants on and providing local customer service. Another bright idea from Idea Tech.
Back here in Independence, Grizzlies down by 14. We've got 3:22 left to go in the ball game. I'm Grant Merrill along with Jack Leak. Thanks for letting me sit in tonight.
You bet.
Colbert with the basketball. He'll work it out to the right wing, giving it back up top to Kellen Lanning. Lanning's playing with 4 fouls. He can't afford to do anything wrong here. He's got it between the keys. Now they give to an open teammate. 2-pointer for Kamen Sprague won't go, and here come the Grizzlies the other direction. 2-pointer, hangs on the rim for Heston. It won't fall. A foul call. This is on Labette.
That kind of sums up our night. We just Some of those little shots just aren't falling. The work effort's there, the hustle's there.
Yeah, Tucker Rush came and clipped him. That's why they called the foul.
Yeah.
Colbert moving right to left for Independence. 2:45 left to play here. Oh, man, they try to pass it to Heston Smith. Hits him in the nose.
Man, that's a bloody nose waiting to happen.
Yeah,
Gosh, that hurts.
Got to call a quick injury timeout here. If we had instant replay, I'd show you again, but
I saw it come off his face. I didn't know how it got slapped out or what happened, or maybe it was just a pass.
Remember on the Brady Bunch when Jan got hit with the football? That's kind of what it resembled there.
Yeah, I think Marcia got her nose broke right before prom or something.
Yeah, something. Marcia.
Yeah.
2:37 left to play here. I've probably gotten my Brady Bunch characters mixed up, so inbound throws coming from Colbert. Now that would never happen with Andy Griffith.
Now you're talking my language.
Colbert into the front court. He'll work it over to Reichenberger. I've actually been to Mayberry days.
Let's talk afterwards.
Sprague up top. Back to Colbert. Colbert for three. He shoots it from long range.
Got to get the rebound.
That one off the rim and no good. 2:07 left to play here. From the right side. Andy's just trying to keep it out of our hands right now.
I'm telling you, and it's hard to do. It's hard to stall against a good defensive team. I mean, Independence has done some things really nice tonight. I have to pay some credit and the game and how they played and how they're trying to close this game out here.
Well, either way, we go back to Altamont with our heads held high. I mean,
this team's a hard-working bunch of young men.
Free throws on its way and in for Kellen Lanning. Got a minute 59 left to play here. You are an Andy Griffith man. He's showing me pictures here.
Yeah, it's from Mayberry Day too.
Yep. My mom won the trivia contest. That's how deep it was sad. I hated Andy Griffith growing up, but now it makes me miss my mom, so I watch it all the time. Next free throw's on its way and in. We were actually there the last time Don Knotts did stand-up, if you can believe that. 2-point shots on the way and in for the Grizzlies for Nolan Nash.
Tell me he rolled his ankle.
Oh, he's down. He's getting up a little slow. I think he's all right.
Okay, that's good to see. You definitely don't want any.
That'll be a heart stopper if you're a Grizzly fan.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. See what Coach Argerbright decides to do. Foul right out of the bat. See if we can't get them to miss a free throw.
52-38 our score. Minute 45 left to go. Into the front court come the Grizzlies. Come the Bulldogs. We'll get it right one of these days. Colbert closely guarded as he works it around the perimeter. Kicking it right wing. A drive inside for Sprague, and he's fouled.
Well, again, Independence doing a pretty nice job of spreading the floor and keeping the ball moving, keeping the clock moving. Grizzlies doing all they can to disrupt a pass or get a travel or something going, a jump ball. Just haven't been able to make that happen.
First free throws up and coming. Shots on the way. In and out, no good.
Of course, Grizzlies here, make or miss, need to get the ball up the floor fast and try to make something happen.
Next free throw's on its way and in. 53-38 our score. I think they've got a bass guitar in the band over here.
Yes.
Good free throw or shots on the way and in for Tucker Rush. 53-40 our score. A minute 15 left to play. Whistles blow and stopping the action here.
Okay, down 13, minute 15 left. Get some missed free throws and some quick points. It's a kind of a long stretch, but it's possible.
First free throws up and coming. Shots on the way and in.
Indy's done a pretty good job of shooting free throws tonight, it seems. That's a big difference maker.
Tell you what, can't believe baseball starts tomorrow in the college ranks. Next free throw's on its way and in. 55-40 our score. Into the front court. Here come the Grizzlies. Kagan Bates, his shot off the rim and no good. Rebound, Tucker Rush. He gets the stick back, draws the foul on the way up.
Well, hey.
Those are the kind of things we need.
Yeah, that's an identical play to the last one. Kagan kind of missed a little hopper layup, and Tucker put it back.
Back at the free throw line, he'll have one chance here.
Okay, got it cut to 12. Let's get a quick foul and see what happens.
55-43 our score. Out of the backcourt, we've got a foul called. Took him a minute to call it, but here we go. At the free throw line for Independence, it'll be Kamen Sprague. His first one's up and coming. Shots on the way and in.
Indy continues to make the free throws. Just kind of null and voids our offensive baskets we're making. So, again, got to credit them for that.
They've got good basketball here. That's for sure. Next free throw's on the way and in. 57-43 our score, a minute to go. And a foul called as Heston Smith tries to dig out of the backcourt here. Oh.
Starting to kind of see the Indy players smiling a little bit, kind of feeling like they're going to maybe close this game out. Either way, another really good battle between these two. 3 times already this year, and we could face them again.
Heston Smith at the free throw line. His first one's on the way and in. Would they be a potential sub-state?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. See all these kids. We're still underdressed here tonight on homecoming. Got tuxes and dresses, and then there's you and me.
I'm used to it. I'm pretty much that way every game.
The end of the front court. Here come the Grizzlies. 3-point shots in and out, no good. Rebound, Indy. They'll take it right to left. Heston Smith with 40 seconds left. A foul called, or is it a timeout?
Brad's going to sub. Indy's going to sub in 5 kids and kind of let their starters get a round of applause here.
When did Brad leave Labette? How long has he been here?
5 years.
Okay, so
I lose track of time.
Relatively new here, though, in comparison. So,
yeah.
What a program. Inbound pass coming. They'll give it in to Nico McCutcheon. McCutcheon, top of the key. He'll work it into the paint. Down low, 2-point shot won't go there for Johan Baker. And we've got 28 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Well, Indy is at that stage now. They're wanting a couple players to make a basket here.
McCutcheon, top of the key. 20 seconds left. He'll work it back over to Ethan Small. Back up top, McCutcheon for 3. His shot won't go. 11 seconds left. Bulldogs still have the ball. Ethan Small from the free throw line gets his shot blocked. This one's going to come to an end tonight. Our final score, Independence 59, Labette County 43. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back to wrap it up right after this on KLKC.
In 2003, Tank Connection founders envisioned a Southeast Kansas-based company dedicated to innovating bolted storage tanks, offering superior products and services through a customer-focused team. 2 decades later, and products in 64 countries and on 6 continents, this vision endures. Tank Connection employee owners are dedicated to a future where their shared purpose brings empowered realities to as many lives as possible.
Back here in Independence, 59-43 our score as Independence sweeps our Grizzlies here tonight, and our Lady Grizzlies. Big night on homecoming here in Indy.
Yeah, that's, I got to say it. Independence just outplayed us. They were the better team tonight. They deserved to win the game tonight. They beat us 3 times this year. I mean, that's tough. It's tough to beat a team 3 times. So, I got to give them credit. I feel like our kids played hard. Our shooting percentages were off for us. It's not an excuse. Independence probably created some of that. But, Indy deserved this one tonight. So hopefully we see them in Sub-State. Maybe we'll get them there.
Well, that would be good for Labette County. What's the rest of the next week look like?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't have my information.
We don't have the schedule in front of
No.
us, but that's okay. We're definitely.
You're starting to see what my son does. Carries all the.
Well, whatever.
He can tell you.
Wherever they're playing, we'll have it right here on the radio.
That's
for
right.
Sure. So, well, we are glad that you've been with us tonight. Of course, our teams played hard, both the girls and the boys. Just not enough for a win tonight, and so we're going to wrap it up right here. Good to visit with you and work with you tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you so much. You do a really nice job just showing up on the fly and figuring out all the names and situations. And again, it's evident this has been your profession. So thank you for
thank you.
done.
I appreciate you saying that. For Jack Leake, Dr. Wayne Gilmore back, and our in-studio producer, we appreciate you being with us tonight. For Joel back in Parsons, I'm Grant Merrill saying good night, God bless, thanks for listening, and cameraman Jonathan, who the ladies have swarmed tonight.
JD, Jonathan Dusher, he's the man.
We appreciate his work tonight.